Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Go crazy. Summon the Frost Dragon just after changing jobs. Chapter 1. Lingnan Province, Yangcheng Number 1 Middle School. Class 1, Senior 3, Yi Ting, Awakened Occupation, Beast Master. Wow, it turned out to be a special profession, Beast Master. Special occupations will awaken talents. I am so sour. Why did God give him such a good talent when he was given a handsome face? Heaven's not fair. There's nothing to be envious of. Beastmaster is a gold-swallowing profession. Yi Ting is an orphan. In this world, talent is all you need. No money. He can't even afford a royal beast. The experience gained by this profession from killing ferocious beasts needs to be shared equally with the Beastmaster. Yi Ting doesn't have a powerful Beastmaster, so he can't even level up. More than 200 years ago, the world changed, fierce beasts raged, and various dungeon secrets descended. When human beings were facing extinction, the divine stone descended from the sky. On July 1st of each year, mysterious and complicated lines would appear on the divine stone, runes. As long as the 18-year-old boy puts his hand on the sacred stone, he can become a professional and open the attribute panel. By killing fierce beasts, he can gain experience, equipment, props, secret treasures, etc., and thus gain powerful power. Since then, the whole people has entered the era of job change. Today is July 1st. It is a graduation ceremony for senior high school students all over the world. It is also the day of the annual career awakening. It's just that everyone's awakened profession is different. In addition to traditional combat professions, auxiliary professions, and life professions, there are also some professions such as cleaners with their own cleaning effects. Awakening to a powerful profession is naturally full of joy, but awakening to a useless profession can only be depressed, crying, and even complaining about others. Before changing jobs to Godstone, a man with a height of 1.86 meters and a strong figure. Under short black and translucent hair, he has thick and neat eyebrows, extremely three-dimensional brow bone and nose bridge, dark and deep eyes, cold and flat apple muscles, and a smooth face. The mandibular line, the overall water chestnut is distinct, and Yi Ting, who is full of abstinence, is a high school student who has just completed a job change and awakened a special profession, Beast Master. It's just that he has no power, and background, but with his handsome face, excellent grades, and outstanding talent, he was praised as a male god by girls in No. 1 middle school and became the dream lover of many girls. Andrology resentment. Even though they have awakened excellent special professions, they still try to belittle them with various reasons, as if this can show their excellence and create a sense of superiority. When things are extreme, they will be reversed. If someone belittles something, someone must speak up to defend it. I don't allow you to say that. If he wants, I can raise him for the rest of his life. That's right. What's wrong with not being able to buy a beast? We can crowdfund to buy him a powerful beast. Yes, what are you sour? A bunch of dicks. That's right. A bunch of nympho. Hey, big brother doesn't talk about second brother. What's wrong with our nympho? Aren't you Gu Xiaoming's licking dog? Nima, who are you talking about licking dogs? It's not terrible to lick a dog. What's terrible is to mistake licking a dog for affection. Break the defense. In a daily quarrel between a man and a woman for Yi Ting, the girls keep winning. The other side. Ding. Congratulations on becoming a Beast Master. Congratulations on getting the Beast Master's exclusive Beast Master space. Congratulations on learning the exclusive skills of the Beast Master. Beast Master contract summoning, Beast Master healing technique. Congratulations on learning the general skill, detection. Congratulations on awakening the SSS level talent, Master's Love. Congratulations on awakening the God level talent, Bloodline Awakening. And learn the skill Bloodline Detecting Eye. Congratulations on awakening the God level talent, Feature Extraction. Congratulations on the awakening of the God level talent, Beast Transformation. Ignoring the noisy classmates, a series of reminders sounded in Yi Ting's mind, causing Yi Ting to have a storm in his heart. He couldn't help breathing quickly, and his body couldn't help trembling slightly. It's not easy for this kid to get to this point. It's just a pity. Beast Master is indeed a gold-swallowing profession, alas. Single quote. The teacher in charge of registering the student's occupation saw that Yi Ting's body was trembling slightly, and only thought that he was angry because of the acid words of his classmates. He sighed slightly in his heart, and said softly, "Yi Ting, Beast Master is a special profession, and special professions will awaken talents at the same time. I believe you have heard the system prompts. You should check the attribute panel first. Regarding talents, Principal Long will personally confirm them. There are scholarship rewards for those who have awakened talents, although there are not many, but you need to buy beasts, which can barely solve the urgent need. Come on, the teacher wishes you prosperous martial arts." Yi Ting is an orphan. Relying on his excellent grades, swordsmanship, and fighting talent, he was admitted to Yangcheng No. 1 Middle School. He mainly lives on government subsidies and school scholarships. Efforts to change the paradigm of destiny. "Thank you, teacher." Sincerely thanked, Yi Ting resisted the huge surprise and came to the side of the job transfer venue. He took a deep breath and meditated in his heart. Open the properties panel. Single quote. Name, Yi Ting. Occupation, Beast Master. Level 00%. Strength, 19. Agility, 21. Physique, 17. Spirit, 48. Talent list. Down pointing arrow. God level talents. Bloodline awakening, feature extraction, beast monitoring form. SSS level talent, Master's nostalgia. Skills, Beast Master contract, contract summoning, Beast Master healing, exploration, bloodline detecting eye. Basic abilities. Swordsmanship proficiency LV8, unarmed combat LV6. Available experience points can be improved. Free points, 0. Familiar beast, none. Sure enough, they are the 3 God level talents. There is also an SSS level talent. Single quote. Sure it's not a hallucination, Yi Ting was ecstatic in his heart. Immediately click on the first God level talent. God level talent, Bloodline evolution. Activate the hidden blood in the body of the beast, without any restrictions, directly evolve to the final form. P.S. The talent comes with a special skill, the Eye of Blood Detection. Skill, Eye of Blood Detection. Detect the strongest blood in the body of the beast. Hiss. It can evolve into a beast without any restrictions, and it also comes with the ability to detect blood vessels. This talent is against the sky. Single quote. Yi Ting couldn't help breathing quickly. The most intuitive manifestation of the potential of a ferocious beast is whether there is a strong blood in the body. Ordinary detecting eyes can't detect the blood in the beast's body, so they can only detect and analyze it with the help of technology, but the price is extremely expensive. Even if you are willing to spend huge sums of money on testing. It's okay to detect modern bloodlines with high concentration, but those with low concentration, after many generations, or even only meager bloodlines, it is extremely harsh to activate the atavism. Not only need to meet the most basic level conditions. Treasures, elixirs and opportunities are even more indispensable. Exhausted energy can't activate the Beast Master's bloodline, and there are too many Beast Masters who are depressed in the end. A capable Beast Master will basically choose to buy the offspring of a fierce beast with great potential at a high price, or go into the lair of a powerful beast to search for it in person. The former needs huge funds as backing, while the latter needs strong strength. And this is not subject to any restrictions, without any requirements, even weak bloodlines can be directly activated, and the talent to evolve to the strongest form is unreasonable. Worthy of being a God-level talent. Single quote. Liked hard. Yi Ting then checked the next God-level talent. God-level talent. Feature extraction. Extract and obtain a special talent of the beast familiar. The fewer words, the bigger the matter. This simple and clear introduction fully embodies the meaning of this sentence. All the skills of the Beast Master in the early stage are for the service of the beast. If the beast is lost, it is basically the fish on the sticky board, ready to be slaughtered. Only Beast Masters who have reached a certain level can master skills such as the combination of beasts, so that they have strong combat effectiveness. Therefore, professionals who have just turned into Beast Masters will not leave the pet beast too far, or directly contract a Beast Master with excellent defensive capabilities to protect themselves. And this ability to extract the talent of the Beast Master, combined with the talent of awakening the blood, is simply a match made in heaven. One evolves the Beast Master to the strongest form, and the other obtains the characteristic talent from the strongest form of the Beast Master, which is directly obtained a talent above S level. Sharp. Single quote. Give this talent a thumbs up again. Yi Ting opened the third God level talent. God level talent. Beast Keeping Transformation. Gives the contracted orc form, and has a character equipment panel. P.S. In the human form, any probing technique cannot detect the main body information. Single quote question mark question mark question mark. Single quote. Yi Ting was so confused. The attributes of the beast itself are much higher than those of professionals at the same level. Professionals can defeat beasts only by tactics and equipment bonuses. Shielding detection technique. This is not heaven. I always feel that this transformation talent is suspected of causing trouble. Single quote. Putting away his thoughts, he opened a SSS level talent similar to the one that came with it. SSS level talent. Master's Love. When a professional uses the auxiliary skills related to the beast, the effect will increase by 300%. Single quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark. Single quote. Originally thought that he had experienced 3 God level talents, and he could already achieve peace of mind, but he couldn't help being shocked. The Beast Master in the early stage is mainly responsible for healing, adding attack and defense to restore mana and other buffs. Simply put, the Beast Master is the assistant of the Beast Master. Although this talent is not as good as the previous 3 against the sky, but the auxiliary effect is increased by 300%, which is extremely powerful. Then focus on the attributes. The average basic attribute of an untrained person is 10 points, but Yi Ting has been working hard to prepare for a job change, so the average attribute is around 20 points. As for the 48 points of spiritual power, it should be because he traveled to this world and his soul grew again. A little analysis. He set his sights on skills. Skill. Beast Familiar Contract. Sign a contract with a fierce beast to become a royal beast. P.S. The success rate depends on the willingness of the target, and the strength level of the professional and the target. With a God level talent, I don't need to contract a powerful beast, I just need to find a beast with hidden blood. The so-called success rate is meaningless to me. Single quote. Hastily skipped. Turn your attention to the next skill. Skill. Beast Healing. It can heal itself and the beast, the effect depends on the strength of the professional. Although it can only heal myself and the Beast Master, it is also a very good skill. Single quote. Heart satisfied. Turn your attention to the next skill. Skill. Contract Summoning. Summoning the royal beast. The farther the distance is, the greater the magic power consumption. P.S. Summoning the beast in the exclusive beast space consumes the magic power of the basic skills. This skill is easy to understand. It is as simple as summoning the beast to the side, and the beast that is collected in the Beast Master's exclusive space can be easily summoned by consuming the basic magic power of this skill. Simply skip. Skill. Detection. It can detect the basic information of beasts and professionals that do not exceed the 10th level of its own level. Plain and simple, skip it. Then focus on the basic ability. Sword Mastery LV8. Increased damage caused by holding a sword, 8%. Unarmed Combat LV6. Increase in damage caused by bare hands, 6%. Available experience points can be improved. Well, 1% more damage at the first level, good basic ability, not in vain of my hard training all these years. After changing to a professional, you can use experience points to improve, which saves a lot of training time. Single quote. A 1% increase may not seem like much, but the later the stage, the greater the 1% increase. Of course, the required experience value will also be an astronomical figure. After doing some research on talents, skills, attributes, etc., Yi Ting closed the attribute panel. Yi Ting. At this time, the voice came, and when he turned his head, the principal of No. 1 Middle School, Long Weo, was smiling and full of approval. You are the first student to change to a special occupation today. You are very good. You are worthy of being the first in this year's grade. Principal Long, hello. Yi Ting also didn't expect that Principal Long, who usually never sees the end of the dragon, will arrive so soon. Principal Long nodded slightly. Well, Beast Master is a very good profession. The upper limit is very high, but the lower limit is also very low. It needs the support of a strong beast master. Yi Ting, your grades have been excellent in the past 3 years of high school. You should know the school's scholarship system, right? Quote. I know. You can get a bonus of 1 million yuan if you change your job to a special job, and the rewards for talents are divided into different classes according to different talent levels. Yi Ting, who lives on government subsidies and school scholarships, knows the school's scholarship system by heart. Principal Long nodded and said, if you want to get the talent scholarship reward, you need to open the talent panel and record it for the record. If you don't want people to know, you can set it to be viewed by me alone. It doesn't mean to force it. The process is like this. It can't be obtained with just a word of mouth. It needs to be kept for record. I understand, Principal Long. Wait a moment. Yi Ting's god-level talent is so heaven-defying that it's even unheard of. He didn't reveal his thoughts to anyone. Although the SSS level talent is exaggerated, it is not impossible to reveal. What's more, a student who graduated from high school can no longer live in the school. He really needs this scholarship very much. After setting the talent to be read by Principal Long alone, Yi Ting revealed the SSS level talent panel. SSS level talent, Master's Love. When using auxiliary skills related to the Beast Master, the effect is increased by 300%. Long Weiguo's pupils shrank. Awakening a special profession, at worst, will awaken a B-level talent. He thought about Yi Ting being an A-level talent, even S-level talent, SS-level talent, but he didn't dare to think about the top SSS-level talent. Every year in Longguo, there are only a handful of professionals who can awaken the top SSS talent, and every one of them will grow up to be a famous figure in the world. Now their Yangcheng number 1 middle school finally ushered in the hidden dragon to take off. No, it must not be exposed too early. Premature exposure of the heaven-defying talent will attract the attention of all parties, and arouse the covetousness of those who are interested. Now that the dragon has domestic and foreign troubles, if it attracts hostile forces, it will be troublesome. We must ensure that Yi Ting can grow up steadily, otherwise I will be a sinner of Dragon Kingdom. Single quote. Taking a deep breath and calming down his disordered breathing, Long Weo said in a calm tone as much as possible. Okay, A-level talent is also good. Beast Master is a gold-swallowing profession. After the job transfer ceremony, I will urge the financial manager to transfer the scholarship to your card as soon as possible. Don't worry, there will be no less points. Thank you, Principal Long. Knowing the meaning of protection in the principal's words, Yi Ting bowed slightly to express his sincere thanks. Headmaster Long nodded slightly, suppressing his excitement, walked to the job transfer godstone, and personally supervised the job transfer. Right now, he needs some junk jobs to counteract the excitement in his heart. It would be even better if he can show a good job talent, so he can take advantage of the opportunity to vent his emotions. Seeing the principal leave, a girl who had been paying attention to Yi Ting came over, smiled with her hands behind her back, and chanted. Beastmaster, A-level talent. Yi Ting hummed lightly, without elaborating, and asked instead. Brother Zan, what about you? What career did you change to? Brother Zan, whose real name is Zhang Xiaoxuan, is a big sister in the number 1 middle school Jikwan, and his parents died early. He is about 1.78 meters tall, with long legs of 1.1 meters. He has a sunny and cheerful personality, a melon-seeded face, a pair of slender eyebrows that are slightly heroic, matched with bright eyes and white teeth and a short light blonde hair. At the beginning, he was fascinated by young boys. Later, Brother Zan's orientation was exposed, and while the boys were wailing, it aroused the corruption in the hearts of many girls. With her encouragement, the girls in Jikwan plucked up the courage to break through the shackles of the world, and continued internal friction. Zhang Xiaoxuan successfully transformed from a boy's dream lover to a boy's public enemy. Yi Ting and Zhang Xiaoxuan are also isolated by boys, popular with girls, and have similar backgrounds, so they naturally become good friends. Hearing Yi Ting's question, Zhang Xiaoxuan blinked brightly. It's not as good as you big guys in combat professions. I'm just an ordinary life profession, an equipment reformer. It's not comparable, but the smile on her face shows that she is very satisfied with the result of the job transfer. Equipment modifier. It is a life class that can adjust the appearance of equipment. There is a certain success rate. The bigger the change, the lower the success rate. Failure will result in a decline in equipment quality attributes. Even so, it's one of the best living careers. The type of equipment that explodes after killing a beast is random. Take the one-handed sword as an example. There are long and short, wide and narrow, thick and thin. Some professionals are used to using long swords, so they are naturally not used to short swords. Waste. At this time, an equipment reformer is needed to transform the weapon into a more convenient form. Not only that, but the style of equipment produced in the same copy is the same. Some professionals need a modder to modify their equipment to be different, so as to avoid the embarrassment of clashing shirts. There are also those who love beauty and coolness, and also need equipment reformers to transform weapons, armor, earrings, rings, etc. into more fashionable and gorgeous styles. Powerful reformers are very sought after by all kinds of bosses. They can transform a heavy armor into a cool top, and transform leggings into stockings. Changing a piece of equipment casually, and playing 10 dungeons against other people's hard work, is just like a gold-swallowing beast. That's right, Brother Zahn, it seems that I have to ask you to help me modify my future equipment. Yi Ting was really happy for her and said curiously. Looking at you smiling so happily, you have awakened a very good talent, right? Yes. Zhang Xiaoxuan did not deny it, turned her bright eyes lightly, and whispered in his ear. SS-level talent, the heart of transformation, increases the basic success rate by 80%. Without any doubt, Yi Ting took a step back and slightly distanced himself from Ji Quan's big sister. Brother Zahn, tell me your talent so simply, you don't want to ask me for something, do you? Zhang Xiaoxuan's heart moved slightly. Her nimble eyes turned, and she immediately put on a flattering expression. She wanted to hold Yi Ting's arm, but when he was alerted, he took a step back and avoided it, so she rubbed her hands in embarrassment and said, "Boss, I'm here to ask for support." ... With such a sentence, Yi Ting was left speechless. Zhang Xiaoxuan said in distress, "The success rate of reformers who have just changed jobs is only 5%. Even if my talent increases the basic success rate by 80%, it is only 9%, not even 10%. To improve the basic success rate, a large amount of equipment accumulation is required experience. With such a good talent, I don't want to sign a contract to join the guild to be trained and exploited. I am not a combat professional and have no combat talent. So the only one who can help me is you, Yi Ting." After a pause, he grabbed Yi Ting's arm pitifully and shook it lightly. "I'll sell myself to you for the rest of my life at most." Slapping Zhang Xiaoxuan's hand away, Yi Ting narrowed his eyes slightly, his heart moved. Generally, the success rate of reformers without talent bonus is only 50% at most, but Zhang Xiaoxuan has SS-level talent to increase the basic success rate of 80%, and after growing up, the success rate can reach 90%. Failure to remodel will lead to a decline in the quality of the equipment. She has such a high success rate after she grows up, and the boss who will find her to remodel the equipment must be like a crucian carp. A reformer who hasn't grown up is a gold-sucking beast, but when he grows up, he must be a gold-sucking beast. Single quote. I have a god-level talent, and future contracted beasts will also need equipment. Single quote. If I can help as a friend, I should be obliged. Single quote. Well, definitely not for any black silk. Single quote. Putting away his thoughts, Yi Ting said. Avertisement. The equipment explosion rate is not high, I can only say to help as much as possible. Very good, thank you. Seeing that he agreed, Zhang Xiaoxuan was overjoyed. At this time, a voice came from the job-changing Godstone. Ji Yu Xiaoming, Awakening Auxiliary Profession Light Department Priest. Wow, it turned out to be a priest of the Light Department. Ji Yu Xiaoming is worthy of being a goddess. Woo, I'm so envious, but I can't be jealous of the gentle Ji Yu Xiaoming. Yes, a good man will live a safe life. Yi Ting and Zhang Xiaoxuan were also attracted by a classmate who became a pastor of the Light Department. Ji Yu Xiaoming. She has a pure appearance, a gentle and humble personality, is willing to help others, and basically responds to requests. The school beauty goddess of Yangcheng No. 1 Middle School is still the white moonlight in the hearts of students. Long Weo, who was standing next to the job-changing Godstone, raised his eyebrows and said to Ji Yu Xiaoming. Very good. Ji Yu Xiaoming. The priest of the light department is a special profession. After changing to a special profession, you will awaken your talents. Is it convenient to show your talents? Although you may not like it, the school has scholarships for special professions and awakened talents. Yes, Principal Long, my talent is S-level divine light. After becoming a pastor of the light department, Ji Xiaoming's delicate face and gentle demeanor are even more touching, and the message of talent is also revealed along with her gentle and humble voice. Talent. Sacred Light, Level S. When using sacred auxiliary skills, the effect increases by 110%. Okay, not bad. Haha. Although the S-level talent was close, it was just right to vent the excitement brought about by Yi Ting's SSS level talent before. Long Weo happily yelled 3 times. And Ji Xiaoming seemed to notice Yi Ting's gaze, and smiled sweetly when she looked back. Zhang Xiaoshuan elbowed Yi Ting, and said with a smile. Is Ji Xiaoming smiling at you? Yi Ting nodded to Ji Xiaoming in a neutral manner, as a response, and then complained in a low voice. Hee, I can't afford to mess with this kind of central air conditioner. Ha, the central air conditioner is really appropriate. If the boys from No. 1 middle school know that you say that about their Bai Yugong, I'm afraid they would like to kill you. Zhang Xiaoshuan was immediately happy. Wang Hai, awakening combat profession Ice Mage. Li Wei, awaken the fighting profession Berserker. Wow, it's a special job again. Hateful, 2 consecutive special occupations, the students are sour again. Haha, Wang Hai, Li Wei, the 2A level talents are also very good. Good, haha. After asking about the talent level, Principal Long also laughed heartily. Seeing this, Wang Hai and Li Wei glanced at Yi Ting provocatively. It can be seen from the difference in the way Principal Long treats Yi Ting and them, although Yi Ting has awakened a special profession, but the awakened talent level is definitely not high. At least worse than them. Not only the 2 of them saw it, but also the students who had been watching Yi Ting secretly, and the students who regarded Yi Ting as a competitor also saw it, and they all looked at Yi Ting with teasing expressions. Yi Ting raised his eyebrows and said to Zhang Xiaoshuan, Look, even if you try to stay as far away from the air conditioner as possible, you will still accidentally offend the gang below to keep warm. Zhang Xiaoshuan is learning and selling now, jokingly said. Who made the air outlet of the air conditioner always face you? Quote. Yi Ting shook his head speechlessly, and then said. The transfer ceremony is coming to an end, there's nothing to see anymore, so I'll leave first. It is good. In response, Zhang Xiaoshuan blinked her bright eyes, and looked at the figure with her back turned away and waving her hands with a little deep meaning. I didn't react at all when I heard about my SS level talent, A level. I do not believe. Single quote. Ding. Longguo Bank, at 9:32 on July 1st, Yangcheng number 1 middle school completed the transfer transaction to your account ending in 2,333, with a balance of 11,026,000 yuan. 181 yuan. That's right, SSS level talent has a scholarship of 10 million. Single quote. Yi Ting, whose balance has never exceeded 5 figures, looked at the above figures and suddenly felt rich overnight. After graduating from high school, I can no longer live in school. With these scholarships, he can just rent a villa with a large garden for the transition before going to university, so that his next beastmaster can also have a wide space to move around. But in this world where games and reality are integrated, there is no college entrance examination, and if you want to enter any college, you only need to light up the panel. He has SSS level talent. Even the 2 major universities in Longguo will not refuse him to enroll, and even promise him many rewards to beg him to enroll. Of course, the top priority is to find the imperial beast. In this world, wild beasts are everywhere in the wild. Professionals below level 5 cannot go out of the city without a belt above level 5. They can only level up in the novice dungeon in the city. And the monsters in the dungeon cannot be contracted. If you want to find the beast master, you can only buy it in the trading market. I hope to find a fierce beast with a strong bloodline. Single quote. With such anticipation in his heart, Yi Ting, who got rich suddenly, was arrogant, stopped a taxi, and ran towards the trading market. Yangcheng Professional Trading Market. Here equipment, props, medicinal materials, elixirs, pet animals, etc., what professionals need, as long as they are not too high-end and high-quality items can be purchased. As for the extremely high-quality ones, they are usually traded between acquaintances, or digested within the guild, or entered into the auction house for auction. Today is the day of job change. Many newly professionals have come to the trading market, looking for suitable equipment, selling and negotiating constantly. Skip it quickly. Come to the largest pet shop in the trading market. Pet beasts and royal beasts are all fierce beasts. It's just that the function is different, and the name is slightly different. Gen Beast House. Stepping in, the interior decoration is magnificent, and there are display cases of different sizes neatly arranged, and each display case contains a fierce beast. After a cursory glance, there are at least hundreds of display cases inside, and there are a wide variety of beasts. Seeing the handsome Yi Ting, a young lady in her early 20s, who is very delicately dressed, she couldn't help but greet her enthusiastically. "Welcome, may I ask the handsome guy's name? Are you buying a pet as a pet? Or giving a pet to a friend?" The customers of pet animal shops are mainly local tyrants who have awakened to life professions, and use them as ornamentals, pets, and fighting animals. Of course, there is also selling to the super local tycoon who just changed jobs to directly kill them to gain experience. And beast masters are very rare, and they are not the main customers, otherwise these beast shops would not need to open. The requirements for being a salesperson are so high now. Single quote. Slightly surprised by the young lady's beauty, Yi Ting said, "My surname is Yi, I'll just take a look for myself." With the visiting eyes of blood, he doesn't need a shopping guide. "Okay, Mr. Yi, you can call me anytime if you have any questions." Although she was a little disappointed not to be able to accompany the handsome little big brother, she was not surprised. She has been in this industry for a long time, so naturally she has seen all kinds of guests. Before coming to one of the showcases, Yi Ting glanced at the introduction outside the showcase. Eat golden mouse. The bloodline of the elite third-order gold-eating mouse. Eat metal for a living. Has excellent defense. The attack method is mainly metal attack. The third level is analogous to the stage where human professionals change jobs 3 times. Level 30 is the first level, and level 3 is the range from level 60 to level 90. In other words, unless there is a heaven-defying elixir and a heaven-defying opportunity, the upper limit of this beast is level 90. As for the elite class, just like professionals of the same level and level are divided into strengths and weaknesses, fierce beasts of the same level and level are also different. It is divided into ordinary level, elite level, overlord level, legendary level, and beast level. With all kinds of information about the beast emerging in his mind, Yi Ting took another look at the price, 5 million dragon national coins. Quote. It turns out that getting rich is just an illusion. He was still a poor boy. Then open the eye of bloodline inspection. Eat golden mouse. The upper limit of the level. The upper limit is 3 levels. Blood upper limit. Elite gold-eating mouse. All the information is correct. This gold-eating mouse should be captured directly from the nest of the third-tier elite gold-eating mouse, and the upper bloodline limit and the upper limit of the same level should mean that it can only reach the elite third-tier 90th level strength. Single quote. After a little analysis, he looked at them one by one. Hairy rabbit. The upper limit of the rank. 2nd rank. Bloodline level. Normal level. Another glance at the price. 100,000. Skip. Cold beast. Level upper limit. Tier 3 Frost Tiger. Bloodline level. Elite Frost Tiger. Skip. Shaoxi Jing. Level upper limit. Tier 3. Bloodline level. Elite Stone Giant. Skip. Stop and go all the way. Stop in a showcase. Flame Snake. The upper limit of the rank. Tier 5. Bloodline level. Overlord level Flame Dragon. The upper limit is level 5. The blood of the Overlord. Single quote. Yi Ting's eyes lit up. A glance at the price. 100 million. Excuse me. Walked around. Yi Ting found that there is not much difference between the inside and outside of the showcase, the introduction and the results detected by the blood eye, and the accuracy rate is basically above 90%. Miss. Hey, Mr. Yi, here we come. Calling over the young lady who was swaying lightly in the skirt, Yi Ting asked. Are these beasts captured from their dens? Correct. The young lady thought that Yi Ting was worried about the quality, so she immediately explained. Our pet shop has branches all over the Dragon Kingdom, and we will never provide false blood information and pass it off as good. After payment, we can provide a video of the capture process. If you have any questions in the future, you can come to us, Mr. Yi. Please do not worry. No wonder. Yi Ting asked, are there any pet beasts with uncertain bloodlines? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. The shopping guide lady was taken aback for a moment. It seems that the little big brother should be a professional who just changed jobs. Thinking about it this way, she didn't have the idea of using probing techniques. It would be very rude to customers. Yes, those who are not sure about their bloodlines are in the back warehouse. Mr. Yi, please follow me. It is good. Junshujai warehouse. Unlike the inside of the store, there are no gorgeous and high-end showcases here, but animal cages of different sizes, each of which contains more than a dozen ferocious beasts of the same species. Using the eye of blood to scan one by one, Yi Ting found that these beasts were basically the upper limit of the first-order bloodline, but he was not disappointed. Looking for a beast with a strong bloodline is like finding a needle in a haystack. Just explore the past. Single quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark. Single quote. More than 10 minutes later, in a certain animal cage, a ferocious beast with an ice blue body and a serious knife wound on its back was found, and he choked for breath. Species: Ice lizard. The upper limit of the rank, 10th rank. Bloodline level: Beast level Frost dragon. 10th order beast level bloodline. Suppressing the excitement in his heart, he pretended to be calm and said, "How do you sell these beasts?" Miss Sister said, "Today is the day of job change. These low-level beasts were all injured and anesthetized with drugs. They are mainly used for the professionals who have just changed jobs to kill and gain experience. According to different levels, the average is about 1,000 dragon coins, but you can't buy them individually, you can only buy a cage as a package." Question mark question mark question mark question mark. 1,000 dragon coins, have you been with me for so long? Single quote. There are only him and the young lady here, and Yi Ting is not overly cautious, pointing to a certain animal cage and saying, "I want the ice lizard here." There was no accident, there were more than 20 low-level ferocious beasts in the cage, and the total cost was less than 20,000, Yi Ting readily paid. Miss Sister, Mr. Yi, do you need to arrange someone to transport it away for you? Yi Ting pondered for a while and asked, "Do you have any spare rooms here?" Some. The young lady nodded and said, "We have a room here dedicated to killing beasts." Yi Ting raised his eyebrows and sighed. "Your service here is very considerate. Every year, there are professionals who need these low-level monsters in such a week or two after changing jobs. In order to attract more customers, it should be thoughtful service." The young lady smiled and blinked her bright eyes. "Okay, take me there." Yi Ting understood what Miss Sister meant. These low-level ferocious beasts can be randomly assigned a professional to catch hundreds or even thousands of them every day, and sell each one for about 1,000 dragon coins. One can imagine how high the profit is. And after more than 10 days, the local tyrant professionals who just changed their jobs have increased their level, and naturally they will no longer need these low-level beasts. In order to seize the market in the 2 weeks after the job change, it is normal for Pet Store to launch a series of value-added services. It's just that transporting so many ferocious beasts into the city may require a strong relationship, and ordinary people cannot do this business. Without thinking too much, after following the young lady to a room, the animal cage that Yi Ting bought was also brought over. This is the key to the animal cage. The beasts inside have been anesthetized with drugs and will not be able to move for 3 days and 3 nights. Don't worry, Mr. Yi. After taking the key, Yi Ting asked, "How to remove the anesthetic effect of the beast?" "There are anti-drug drugs in the room." Pointing to a certain location in the room, the young lady kindly reminded. "It's just that these beasts are all at least level 5. I don't recommend that Mr. Yi use drugs to relieve the anesthesia." "I see, thank you." Yi Ting nodded without explaining. As a salesperson, it is very important to know what to say, and the young lady knows that it is time for her to leave. "You're welcome. If you need anything, you can call me anytime. I won't bother you, Mr. Yi." "It is good." After the young lady left the room and closed the door, Yi Ting came to the front of the cage, opened the lock, ignored the other low-level beasts, and hugged the seriously injured ice lizard out of the cage, and an extremely cold breath came. Putting it on the ground outside the cage, Yi Ting looked at it for a while. The ice lizard is not big, about 2 meters long and weighs about 100 jin. Its whole body is ice blue, like an ice sculpture. It has a wound nearly 1 meter long on its back, which was obviously cut by a professional when it was captured. It was also fortunate that it was an ice-type monster, and it could freeze the wound with only the cold air from its body, otherwise it would have lost too much blood and died. While Yi Ting was looking at the ice lizard, it was also staring at Yi Ting, but there was no brilliance in its ice-blue eyes, lifeless. At this moment Yeting started to move, squatting down in front of it, pointing the 2 slender fingers of its right hand on its forehead. The ice lizard slowly closed its eyes, as if waiting for death to come. The corners of Yi Ting's mouth twitched slightly. How could he be willing to kill this ice lizard with 10th order bloodline? Beast Familiar Contract. Following the activation of the Beast Familiar Contract, a complicated magic circle emerged between Yi Ting's 2 fingers and the ice lizard's forehead. The ice lizard suddenly opened its eyes, the ice blue pupils were full of surprise. As if to say, this person in front of him wants to contract this weak chicken. Seeing that it hadn't accepted the contract yet, Yi Ting narrowed his dark eyes slightly, and said, "Ice lizard, even if your wound is frozen, you should know that you won't live long. If you don't want to die, you can accept the contract and become my royal beast. I will give you a new life and give you an unexpected bright future." With the connection of the beast following contract, the ice lizard understood Yi Ting's words, and its lifeless ice blue eyes glowed as if they were returning to the light. It accepted the contract decisively. Ding! Congratulations on successfully contracting the Beast Familiar, Ice Lizard. Beast Royal, Ice Lizard. Attribute, Ice Attribute. Level, Level 5. Power, 50. Agility, 50. Physique, 50. Spirit, 70. Talent, F-Class Ice Affinity increases ice elemental damage by 10%. Skills, Claw Strike, Ice Cone. Ding! It was discovered that the ice lizard has a thin bloodline of the 10th order ferocious frost dragon in its body. Will it trigger the god-level talent, Bloodline Evolution, activate the bloodline in the ice lizard, and evolve into a frost dragon? Ding! It is found that the professional has contracted the Beast Master. Is it possible to trigger the god-level talent, Feature Extraction, to obtain the natural characteristics of the Beast Master? Ding! It is found that the professional has contracted the Beast Master. Is it possible to trigger the god-level talent, Beast Master Transformation, endow the Beast Master with a humanoid form, and open the character equipment panel? A series of beeps made Yi Ting smile. But this place is not suitable for evolution, let alone transformation. As for feature extraction, there is nothing to extract without evolution. Resolutely meditate. No. Single quote. After overruling the prompt, Yi Ting activates the skill. Therapy of Beast Control. A healing technique was thrown on the ice lizard, and the shocking wound on its back was healing quickly. With the blessing of the SSS level talent, Love of the Master, the effect of the healing technique is 1 plus 300%, that is, 1 is worth 4. Soon, the wound on the ice lizard's back completely healed, and the ice blue eyes were full of joy. Here, eat this. Give the ice lizard the drug to relieve the anesthesia. After a while, it resumed its action. The icy blue eyes were full of gratitude and joy, and he licked the right hand that fed it the medicine as if flattering him. It's not bad to have such a royal beast. Single quote. The ice lizard's affectionate behavior made Yi Ting smile, patted its ice blue body lightly, and turned to look at the cage. Ice lizard, kill them all first. Hear Yi Ting's order. The ice lizard quickly crawled towards the animal cage. Wherever it passed, it was attacked by the cold air emitted from its body, and dragged out a path of frost. In the ice blue eyes, the originally obedient and flattering expression disappeared, replaced by cruelty, violence, and bloodthirsty. Even in the face of its kind, it is still merciless. Fierce beasts follow the law of the jungle, and the law of the jungle is the norm. In the cage, the sharp claws of the ice lizard pierced the eye of another ice lizard. The claws were pulled out, bringing out bright red blood, and then opened its mouth wide. A cold ice cone condensed and shot into the wound caused by the claws. Straight to the head. Ding! Kill the ice lizard. Congratulations for getting 7 experience points. The ferocious beasts in the cage are all at least level 5, and only have 7 experience points. Single quote. Yi Ting narrowed his eyes slightly. Beast masters mainly rely on beast masters to kill fierce beasts, and beast masters are not summoned objects. They cannot be upgraded with the level of professionals, and need experience to upgrade their strength. Therefore, the experience gained from killing fierce beasts is divided equally between the beast master and the beast master. How many beasts are sent out will be divided equally, which is roughly similar to the form of team formation. Now he only has one beast master, and killing a level 5 monster, no matter how you say it, he shouldn't only have 7x2 experience points. It should be because these beasts have been injured and have been anesthetized. Single quote. After a brief analysis, he didn't care too much. It's not a problem to have less experience, as long as there are enough beasts and strong enough to kill more beasts. Ding. Congratulations for killing the ice lizard and gaining 7 experience points. Congratulations for killing the ice lizard, gaining 8 experience points. Congratulations for killing the ice lizard and gaining 7 experience points. The system prompts kept ringing, and in just a few minutes, the ice lizard killed all the more than 20 ferocious beasts in the cage. The dark red blood flowed all over the floor, and the smell of blood filled the entire room. As a rough estimate, I have gained 150 plus experience points, including the Beast Master, a total of 300 plus experience points. For me, it's not worth spending 10,000 to 20,000 dragon coins for a few hundred experience points. Single quote. But for local tyrants, spending 10 to 20 million dragon coins to allow a child who has just changed jobs to safely and quickly advance to level 10 and level 8, and increase a little panel score to be admitted to an ideal university, this should be worth the money bar. Single quote. Sure enough, no matter what world you are in, money is everything. Single quote. Sighing secretly, Yi Ting glanced at the cage, and no equipment burst out. And the ice lizard that killed all the beasts also came back to his feet, seemed to want to rub his calf, but stopped the intimacy because of the blood on his body, and worried about sticking to his pants, also took 2 steps back. Yi Ting smiled, walked up to it and knelt down, stroked its head and said, "Good job, let's get out of here first, after a while you will be reborn and have a different animal life." Although he didn't understand how its master made it reborn, the ice lizard nodded, his ice blue eyes full of anticipation. Putting it into the Beast Master's unique Beast Master space, and then putting the beast corpses in the cage into the system backpack, Yi Ting glanced at the blood on the ground, pondered for a while, and finally gave up the idea of cleaning. Many Beast Masters all have some special talents, but they don't have his blood detection eyes against the sky. Open the door and walk out of the room. So fast. Single quote. The little sister who had been waiting outside the door moved slightly in her heart, and immediately greeted her. "Mr. Yi, are you satisfied with these beasts?" Yi Ting nodded and said, "Not bad, very satisfied." The young lady smiled, knowing that Yi Ting was leaving. She immediately handed over a business card and said, "If you need anything in the future, you can always find me." "It is good." Taking the business card and putting it in his trouser pocket, Yi Ting left Gen Beast Studio under the farewell of the young lady. At the entrance of Junshojai, a woman in business attire came up and said curiously, "Miss, which young man was that just now?" "Do not know." The young lady shook her head lightly, and said with a smile in the corner of her eyes, "But Miss Hong, don't you think he's handsome?" Question mark. The corner of Sister Hong's mouth twitched, and she couldn't help complaining. "Just because you're handsome, your majestic Miss Junshujai accompanied him for an hour." Single quote. I didn't know that Sister Hong was complaining about her, but the young lady seemed to think of something. Her bright eyes turned and said, "By the way, Miss Hong, have you cleaned the room just now?" Miss Hong shook her head and replied, "No, the room where the ladies' guests have stayed. We dare not rashly arrange for staff to clean it without the ladies' consent." "Okay." Came again to the room where Yi Ting stayed. Looking at the thin frost and bright red paw prints on the ground, the young lady's bright eyes kept flickering. Judging from the age of handsome Yi Xiao, he should be a professional who just changed his job today. He doesn't have the ability to kill more than 20 level 5 beasts in 10 minutes, even if these beasts are anesthetized and unable to move. Single quote. And judging from the traces underground, he should have brought one of the ice lizards out, and then the ice lizard crawled back into the cage to kill the rest of the beasts, and then crawled out of the cage dragging its blood-stained body. Single quote. There are many professionals who can control fierce beasts, but they all control them for a short period of time, and the only one who can command fierce beasts just after changing their profession is Beast Master. Single quote. Interesting. Single quote. I thought it was just a handsome little guy, but I didn't think about it, I didn't expect, it turned out to be a noble beast master. Single quote. It took so long to pick such an ice lizard, it seems that it has some special ability. Single quote. It seems that we need to keep in touch. For the sake of the family business, it is right to deal with these people who have special abilities against fierce beasts. Well, definitely not because he is handsome. Single quote. Hope he doesn't throw away my business card. Putting away her thoughts, the young lady turned her head and said to Miss Hong, who was following behind, "Arrange for someone to clean the room." Walking out of the gate of the professional trading market, Yi Ting took out the young lady's business card from his trouser pocket. Ruan Ting Ting. Single quote. There are no titles for various positions, except for the big characters and logo of Junshujai, there is only a simple name and contact information left. I'm leaving Yangcheng before the university starts, so I don't think I'll have any contact with this young lady. Single quote. He had no intention of going to Junshujai to buy beasts again. After a brief glance, he threw the business card into the trash can on the side. As for the evolution of the beast familiar, there is no better place than in the dungeon. Single quote. After stopping a taxi, Yi Ting said, "Master, go to the nearest novice copy." Okay. Yangcheng has 3 novice dungeons, 1 dungeon of necromancers and 2 dungeons of ferocious beasts. In the novice dungeon, only professionals below level 5, including level 5, can enter the challenge. Each dungeon is divided into 2 challenge modes and 5 difficulty levels. Challenge mode. Single player challenge mode. Team challenge mode. 2 to 4 people. Difficulty level. Easy, normal, hard, nightmare, hell. And the one closest to the professional trading market in Yangcheng is undoubtedly the Necronomicon dungeon. A novice copy of Yangcheng Undead. Warrior seeks a group. War, tank, auxiliary 3-1, wait for mage, special occupation priority. Little sister asks for a belt online, she can be cute, she can beat, she can call 666. The Lingnan dynasty, the 7th tier guild, recruits people. The salary is good, the benefits are high, and there are dedicated people to guide them to upgrade. Don't bother with non-special occupations. Only recruit special occupations. The 7th tier guild is awesome. The copies of this world are all similar, consisting of an ancient building with a height of about 5 meters, a circle in the middle, and a diameter of about 3 meters, with blue energy constantly rotating. The slight difference is the pattern on the building. Every year on July 1st, the transfer day is the busiest time for novice dungeons. When the newly transferred professionals exceed level 5, the novice dungeons will gradually become deserted. By August, few people will be seen. On the left side of the dungeon building, except Yi Ting from Yangcheng No. 1 middle school, the other 3 people who have been transferred to special professions are resting against the wall of the dungeon. Among them, the panting Li Wei said, "It seems that there is no defensive tank in the front, and it is still difficult for the 3 of us to get through the normal difficulty team dungeon. As the only fighter in the team, without a tank, he can only carry the monsters. Fortunately, the novice dungeon has a protection mechanism, so no one will die, otherwise he will be cold." Wang Hai also had lingering fears, and said, "Let's form another tank. We are all special occupations. We can't form fools. We need tank-type special occupations." Ji Yu Xiaoming's heart moved slightly, and he suggested, "Why don't we find Yi Ting? We just happen to be classmates and know each other well." After the transfer ceremony, she originally wanted to invite Yi Ting to form a team to brush the dungeon, but unfortunately he left too fast. Wang Hai and Li Wei invited her to form a team again. She was kind-hearted, and she was not used to saying no, so she agreed, but in her heart still bitter about not being able to invite Yi Ting. Hearing Yi Ting, Li Wei subconsciously frowned, but soon relaxed, raised his eyebrows and said, "Yi Ting, changed to become a beast master, he probably doesn't even have a beast master now." Wang Bing answered, Yes, even if there is, the first Beastmaster contract will choose the offensive type. He is not suitable for our current team. Li Wei, who agreed with the outside world and cooperated tacitly, went on to say. Wang Hai is right. What we need are defensive tanks. Although we are all special occupations, it is still a bit difficult to enter the two major universities. We can only seize the time to level up and increase the board points. Ji Yu Xiaoming opened her mouth, but in the end she didn't say anything. After all, what they both said made sense, and she wasn't used to arguing with others. Wang Hai and Li Wei looked at each other and smiled knowingly. Wang Hai said, Xiaoming, shall we form a team now? Hearing Wang Hai calling her Xiaoming, Ji Yu Xiaoming felt a little uncomfortable, but she still didn't say anything, simply hummed lightly, looking a little absent-minded. Wang Hai raised his eyebrows at Li Wei, showing triumphant eyes. Li Wei also smiled, and then said loudly, War, Law, Auxiliary, 3 special occupations, and tanks require special occupations. Wow, 3 special occupations. Boss, this year there is only 1 or 2 high schools in Yangcheng, right? So envious. Another day of chasing lemons. Little big brother, please add a contact information. Envious eyes cast one after another, and Li Hui's vanity was immediately satisfied. As for the young lady who asked for contact information, although he was very moved, but the goddess of his dreams was by his side, he could only pretend to refuse road. I don't want the person I like to misunderstand, sorry. After finishing speaking, she glanced at Ji Yu Xiaoming with an expression, but she didn't seem to pay attention to her gaze, which disappointed Li Wei for a while. After a while, a boy with a strong figure, a square face, and a shield came over. My name is Zhang Yang, Earth Knight. What are your occupations? Hearing the Earth Knight, Li Wei introduced. I, Li Wei, are fighting wildly. He is Wang Hai, Ice Mage. This is Ji Yu Xiaoming, Guangmu, we are going to challenge the normal level, will you come? Come on, let's form. Hearing the professions of the 3 of Li Wei, Zhang Yang nodded decisively without even thinking about it. At this time, the absent-minded Ji Yu Xiaoming noticed a familiar figure approaching, his bright eyes suddenly glowed, and he waved his hand and said, Yi Ting, here. Hearing Yi Ting, Li Wei and Wang Hai frowned, looked at each other, and said softly, Why is he here? How could I know? Unable to figure out why, the two followed everyone's gaze. I saw the enviable figure, skin color, and appearance, and became the focus of everyone as soon as he appeared on the stage. The most beautiful cub in the audience was not Yi Ting, who else? When Yi Ting approached, Ji Yu Xiaoming walked up to him with brisk steps, and said with a smile on his eyes, Yi Ting, are you here to challenge this dungeon too? With a light hum, Yi Ting didn't expect to see Ji Yu Xiaoming here, so he briefly glanced at Wang Hai and Li Wei, and then said, What about you? Why are you standing here without challenging the copy? Before Ji Yu Xiaoming could speak, Wang Hai said, Yi Ting, we are going to challenge the raid dungeon of normal difficulty, but unfortunately the team is full just now, I am really sorry. Li Wei also immediately said, Yes, we will wait for you if you know you are coming, sorry. Zhang Yang raised his eyebrows, and glanced back and forth between the 4 of them. He thought that their acquaintances were coming, and he was worried that he would be kicked out of the fantasy lineup that was finally formed, but he didn't think about this situation. Steady, put your hands on your chest, looking like you are watching a show. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. How well do we know each other? Still waiting for me. Also apologize. Ha ha. Single quote. Yi Ting couldn't help but laugh. Why, Yi Ting. Hearing that the line was full, Ji Yu Xiaoming looked surprised as if she had just found out, then turned her head and looked straight at Yi Ting, her eyes full of anticipation. She thought that if Yi Ting invited her, she would quit Li Hui's team without hesitation, and she didn't care if the upgrade speed slowed down. Thinking of being able to get along with Yi Ting alone in the dungeon later, living together, I feel even more happy. What a goddess, what by Yugong, she is just a love brain. It's okay, it just backfired, Yi Ting said with a smile. I'm going to challenge the single-player dungeon, I won't talk to you guys anymore, I'll go in first, come on. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Ji Yu Xiaoming's expression froze. Wang Hai and Li Wei looked at each other and breathed a sigh of relief, but they couldn't be completely relieved if Yi Ting didn't enter the instance for a day. Zhang Yang, who had been secretly observing the four of them, showed amusement. What an annual four-corner drama. Even if you don't play a copy today, it's worth the ticket price. Ignoring the four of them, Yi Ting came to the ancient building whirling with blue energy and muttered in his heart. Challenge copy. Single quote. Ding. It is detected that there is no team for professionals. Do you want to challenge the copy alone? Yes. Single quote. Please select the copy level. Simple. Ordinary. Difficulty. Nightmare. Hell. Without thinking too much, Yi Ting decisively recited silently. Hell. Single quote. The player chooses the difficulty level as Hell. After 10 seconds, it will be sent to the copy. 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1, 0. The copy is being transmitted. Really go in. Seeing Yi Ting disappear at the door of the dungeon, Wang Hai was slightly surprised. Li Wei pretended to sigh. Yi Ting has always been the number one in our school, so I guess it won't make me lose face. Zhang Yang, who was watching the play, thought to himself. It turned out to be Yi Ting, who was number one in every subject in Yangcheng number one middle school. No wonder the name is so familiar. Single quote. Ji Yu Xiaoming suddenly showed worry and regret in his heart. If I knew it earlier, I would have taken the initiative, and I don't know if he will be in danger alone. Single quote. Noticing her expression, Wang Hai's heart tightened, and he gave Li Wei a hard look. In order to avoid nights and dreams, he resolutely said. Let's go, let's challenge the dungeon too, don't let our private affairs waste Zhang Yang's time. Ji Yu Xiaoming suddenly hesitated. Seeing this, Li Wei, who knew he had said something wrong, breathed a sigh of relief, and cast an approving look at Wang Hai. Zhang Yang, who had been watching dramas with thick brows and big eyes and a Chinese face, said with a simple and honest face at this time. It's okay, listen to your words, that Yi Ting just now must be your very good friend, right? If you are worried, just wait, don't worry about me, it's okay, it's fake to be able to form a team, and your friend is me, my friends. When he comes out safely, you will be more at ease and concentrate on challenging the instance, won't you? How can playing a dungeon be more exciting than watching a movie? As for wasting time and slowing down the progress of the upgrade. Tonight, go to Junshojai to buy hundreds of beasts and chop them slowly. This four-corner drama, Zhang Yang is determined. Thank you, Zhang Yang, you are such a nice person. Ji Yu Xiaoming immediately smiled, and sent a good person card without hesitation. Both Wang Hai and Li Wei were furious. The picture in front of me changed. What came into view was a mass grave. Dark, cold, quiet, gloomy, decaying, etc. atmospheres are coming, messy tombs, coffins, and skulls are everywhere, and there are still ghost lights swaying and floating not far away. Without paying too much attention to the environment of the dungeon, Yi Ting activated his skills. Contract call. A complicated and obscure magic circle emerged on the ground, and the summoned ice lizard appeared in the magic circle in the space of the beast master. After looking around and making sure there was no danger, the ice lizard rubbed Yi Ting's calf affectionately. Yi Ting knelt down, stroked its head and said, Okay, ice lizard, are you ready for a new life? Although he didn't know what new life he was talking about, the ice lizard nodded expectantly. Yi Ting smiled and said silently in his heart, Activate the blood of the ice lizard. Single quote. Ding. It is detected that the ice lizard has the bloodline of the 10th order frost dragon, triggering the god-level talent, Bloodline Awakening. Ding. The bloodline has been activated and is evolving. With the beep sounding, the whole body of the ice lizard bloomed with dazzling blue light, and the body wrapped in the light swelled rapidly, and the huge dragon body took shape in an instant, and then the blue light extended from the front and back of the dragon body, the extremely oppressive dragon head, the slender dragon body tail, powerful limbs, sharp dragon claws, and finally a pair of huge and explosive dragon wings grow from the back. Haha, let's bloom completely. Frost Dragon. Yi Ting couldn't help but get excited when he saw the light of evolution that was just showing the form of a dragon. His eyes as black as ink were full of excitement. Soon, the light gradually converges. A giant ice dragon crouching on the ground, about 10 meters long, with wings spread about 25 meters. Its body is icy blue, and its body exudes a chill that is visible to the naked eye. Its body contains terrifying coercion. The huge pair of dragon wings spread out suddenly, the air seemed to be torn apart, and the violent frost swept out instantly, turning hundreds of meters in an instant into a piece of ice blue, and then he raised his head to the sky and roared. The whole space was shocked. Yi Ting also had to put his right hand in front of his forehead to resist the strong wind and the bone-piercing frost. Fortunately, the beast master who signed the contract could not harm the master, and the dungeon safety zone has a protection mechanism. As for getting hurt, ding! Congratulations to the professional beast familiar, Ice Lizard, for successfully evolving into a frost dragon. With the beep sounding, the impassioned and high-pitched dragon's roar subsided, and after the frost giant vented the joy of being reborn, he lowered his proud head and gently rubbed against Yi Ting. His icy blue eyes were full of joy and gratitude. But it is no longer the small ice lizard of the past. A single dragon beast is as big as Yi Ting's entire body, and it almost made him stand unsteadily when he rubbed against it. This is so as not to lose the majesty of the master. But the frost dragon seemed to feel that lightly rubbing was not enough to express its joy and gratitude. The wide dragon tongue gently licked Yi Ting's body, and the extreme frost hit Yi Ting's entire body in an instant. Yi Ting turned into an ice sculpture. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. The frost dragon tilted its head. The oppressive dragon head is full of bewilderment. Quote. Yi Ting is also speechless. Although the bone-piercing frost did not cause him any harm, his body was frozen and he couldn't struggle no matter what. The frost dragon seemed to have thought of something, sucked the frost away from his body with a sharp suction, and after resolving Yi Ting's embarrassment, it lowered its head, like a child who did something wrong. Its ice blue eyes flickered, full of anxiety. I'm sorry, master, I can't control my ability. A slightly heroic Yuji's voice sounded from the bottom of Yi Ting's heart, making his whole heart go numb. He also didn't expect the frost dragon to be a girl, so of course he chose to forgive her in this situation. It's okay, just pay attention next time. Holding the dragon head in one hand, gently stroking it with the other. Well, I see, I will pay attention next time, master. And next time. Seeing that the master did not resist her intimacy, the frost dragon was relieved, with a smile in his eyes, showing a look of comfort and enjoyment under Yi Ting's caress. To appease, Yi Ting silently said in his heart, check the frost worm properties panel. Single quote. Beast Master, Frost Dragon. Attribute, Ice Attribute. Level 5 4.25%. Power, 1400. Agility, 1300. Physique, 1500. Spirit, 1800. SSS level talent. Emperor of Frost Ice attribute damage increased by 300%, with a high probability of inflicting a freezing effect on the opponent. SSS level talent. Unlimited physical strength recovery speed increased by 300%. Skills. Bone erosion ice spike, frost sigh, frost storm, frost spout, frost roar, extremely cold beam, absolute zero. Hiss. Seeing the attribute panel of the frost dragon, even Yi Ting couldn't help but take a deep breath. This is level 5. The total attributes reached 6,000. 2 SSS level talents. Plus a bunch of big moves. Go straight to heaven, okay. Even if it's a human professional, if you're full of divine attire within level 100, the ultimate frost dragon can kill you with your eyes closed. Single quote. What's more, she's only level 5 now. Single quote. In this world, after the birth of the offspring of the 10th order ferocious beasts, they all need to go through 5 growth cycles: infancy, growth, maturity, perfect body, and ultimate body. Each cycle spans 2 levels. Reaching the 9th level can only be counted as a semi-ultimate body, and only reaching the 10th level is the real ultimate body. And Yi Ting has the god-level talent, Bloodline Awakening, which activates the thin bloodline in the ice lizard's body, directly evolves into an ultimate body, and masters all skills. In terms of grades, she is first class, but in terms of form, she is the real ultimate frost dragon. It's time to use another god-level talent. Single quote. After closing the properties panel, Yi Ting thought to himself. Feature extraction. Single quote. Ding. Professionals have the beast, Frost Dragon, and are extracting the copy talent feature. Congratulations on obtaining unlimited stamina SSS level. That's right, stamina recovery has increased by 300%. Single quote. Yi Ting smiled and was very satisfied in his heart. Frost talent needs to be used in conjunction with ice skills. For him, a beast master who cannot learn ice skills, even if he extracts and copies them, it will have no effect. And this kind of talent that increases recovery speed is the real magic skill, which can greatly improve battery life. Although it doesn't fit his profession very well, don't worry, he can have more royal beasts and extract more talents in the future. Wouldn't it be nice to be dressed in SSS level passive at that time? Putting away his thoughts, Yi Ting patted the frost dragon and said, "Okay, frost dragon, let's see how powerful your new form is." The frost dragon spread its wings and leaned in front of him. A throne made of ice formed on the dragon's back. "Well, master, please come up. Looking forward to the next battle." Her royal sister voice is full of joy. Yi Ting's eyes lit up. He has long wanted to be a dragon knight. Resolutely follow the dragon wings and sit on the frozen throne. The frost dragon spread its wings, turned its head and said to Yi Ting, "Master, it's about to take off, please be careful." Yi Ting nodded and said, "It is good." Seeing him getting ready, the giant frost dragon flapped its wings, and a strong wind filled with frost suddenly blew up around its body, and its huge body also flew into the sky. Sitting on the dragon's back, feeling the howling cold wind, looking at the ground below him, Yi Ting felt at ease. "I am also a dragon-riding warrior." Single quote. Soaring in the sky, Yi Ting said, "Go, fly at low altitude, let's find the dungeon monster." Command the frost dragon to fly at low altitude and fly in the direction of the depths of the dungeon. Soon there were two skulls wearing tattered armor, holding a shield in their left hand and a sword in their right. Detection technique. Skull Warlord. Level 9. Power 150. Agility 130. Physique 165. Spirit 5. The total attributes reached 450 points. The novice dungeon can no longer enter after level 5. Level 5 professionals are not counted as equipment, and their total attributes are only about 150 points, while hell difficult monsters have level 9 and 450 points of total attributes, which is 3 times stronger. This is just a soldier. This is a single-player mode. The first batch of monsters is 2, and with such strong attributes, it's no wonder that there are only a handful of novice dungeons who can get through the hell level every year. Single quote. With this in mind, Yi Ting commanded, "Frost Dragon, come on." It is directly a up. 2 minions. Is it worth the Frostworm skill? Unnecessary. A dive, a slap with the dragon's claws. Boom. The whole ground shook. Ding. Congratulations for killing the Skull Warlord and gaining 25 experience points. The dragon's claws were raised, and it stomped. Boom. The ground shook again. Ding. Congratulations for killing the Skull Warlord and gaining 25 experience points. 2 monsters can easily get 50 experience points. Counting the beast familiar, that's 100 experience points. Good job, Frost Dragon, keep going. After a cursory glance, there was no equipment burst out. Yi Ting commanded to fly to the depths. The Frost Dragon flew extremely fast, but in order to find the dungeon monster, it was already flying as low as possible, but it still quickly encountered 3 skeletons wearing armor and dragging a huge battle axe. Detection technique. Great Axe Skull. Level 9. Power 180. Agility 11. Physique 150. Spirit 5. It is still a level 9 necromancer skull with a total attribute of 450 points. The 3 tomahawk skulls also spotted the frost dragon in the sky, but they didn't have a long range, so they could only run under the dragon and raise their heads, staring blankly. Ah, Yi Ting is also happy. Fix them. Get instructions. The frost dragon is just a pair of wings, blowing a gust of wind that is full of bone-piercing frost. The 3 giant axe skulls were blown away by the gust of wind, frozen in frost, and then smashed to the ground and turned into 3 piles of ice particles. Ding. Congratulations for killing the giant axe skull and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing the giant axe skull and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing the giant axe skull and gaining 25 experience points. Let's go. The drop rate of ordinary monsters is around 100. 1. Even if there is no equipment drop, Yi Ting is not disappointed. After only flying a few hundred meters, they encountered the next batch of skulls. Just as they were about to use the detection technique, several bone arrows roared towards them. With a slight fanning, the bone arrow was blown away by the strong wind. Skull Shooter. Level 9. Power 125. Agility 200. Physique 120. Spirit 5. 5 monsters together this time. In addition to the 3 skull shooters wearing armor and holding bone bows, there is also a giant axe skull and a warrior skull, 3 long range, 2 close attack, each with a total attribute of 450. Other professionals may end up dying when they encounter these 5 skeletons. But for me, it's the same for as many as one, Frost Dragon. As soon as the words fell, a dragon's breath wrapped in frost suddenly spewed out. Ding! Congratulations for killing the skull shooter and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing the skull shooter and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing the skull shooter and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing the giant axe skull and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing the skull warlord and gaining 25 experience points. Glancing at the positions where the 5 skulls turned into ice slag, Yi Ting's eyes lit up. This is the equipment. Frost Dragon, land first. Okay, Master. Yu Jia's voice sounded from the bottom of her heart. The Frost Dragon landed steadily on the ground, and Yi Ting jumped off the dragon's back. Skull Staff Rare Blue. Magic Attack 61 to 80, Spirit plus 8, Constitution plus 8. Requirement: Spirit 45. I didn't expect it to be blue rare equipment. It's a pity that I am a beast master. I don't need to fight, and I don't need magic attacks at all, so I can only say that nothing is better than nothing. Single quote. Thinking of this, Yi Ting played with the staff and said silently. Equipped with a staff. Single quote. Ding. Successful equipment. Skull Staff Rare Blue. Equipment is not simply held in the hand, it needs to be equipped on the body through the system to trigger the bonus effect of the equipment. Spirit 48 plus 8. Physique 17 plus 8. It's just a level 0 professional who just changed jobs. Yi Ting's spiritual power has reached 56 points. Remount the frost worm's back. Let's go. Pike Skull. Level 9. Power 180. Agility 120. Physique 145. Spirit. This time there are 5 skulls together again. In addition to the 3 types of skulls that appeared before, there are also 2 spear skulls wearing armor and holding bone guns. Yi Ting simply detected them and asked the Frost Dragon to shoot die. Ding. Congratulations for killing the spear skull and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing the spear skull and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing the skull shooter and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing the giant axe skull and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing the skull warlord and gaining 25 experience points. Easily harvest 125 points of experience, make sure that no equipment has exploded, and fly away gracefully. It should be 4 kilometers deep. After roughly estimating the distance, we encountered a group of skeletons again. Skull Knight. Level 9. Power 150. Agility 150. Physique 195. Spirit 5. The number of this batch of skulls has been directly doubled, reaching 10, but in addition to the 4 types of skulls that have appeared before, there are also 2 wearing armor, holding a long sword, and riding wearing a bone horse also wearing battle armor. The total attribute is a Skull Knight with a total attribute of more than 500. Single player challenge actually spawned 10 monsters at once. Or is it such a strong monster? 1 hits 10. Do you deliberately prevent people from clearing the level? Yi Ting raised his eyebrows. Fix them, and avenge the professionals who fell here in the past. Frost Dragon. Another dragon's breath spewed out. Ding. Congratulations for killing the Skull Knight and gaining 30 experience points. Congratulations for killing the Skull Knight and gaining 30 experience points. Congratulations. Ding. Congratulations to the professional who has been promoted to level 1, and has gained 10 points of fixed attributes and 10 points of free attributes. Except for the 2 Skull Knights who got 30 experience points, the rest still got 25 experience points, easily harvesting 260 experience points. When you hear the upgrade prompt, that's right, I've been promoted to a level before finishing the dungeon. Single quote. Except for some local tyrants, I am afraid that I am the only one who honestly kills monsters and plays dungeons. Single quote. Thinking of this, Yi Ting added the 10 free points obtained from the upgrade to the spirit. Professionals will have 20 attribute points for each level up, including 10 points for fixed attributes and 10 points for free attributes. The fixed attributes are different for each profession, and the fixed attributes of the Beastmaster are Strength 1, Sensitivity 2, Body 2, and Wisdom 5. Strength, 20, Agility, 23, Physique, 19 plus 8, Spirit, 63 plus 8. After adding the free points, he briefly glanced at the panel. Yi Ting said, "Let's go, the boss should be next." Continue to go deeper into the dungeon for hundreds of meters, and a large cemetery appears below. At the top of the center of the cemetery, there is a skull throne. On the throne sits a mage wearing a black tattered robe and holding a skull cane. Skull Mage. Level 10. Power 5. Agility 145. Physique 300. Intelligence 350. Exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark. Total attribute 800. Yi Ting was stunned for a moment, then smiled freely. Good guy, 10th level boss, if I hadn't just upgraded, I wouldn't be able to detect much. Although the boss attributes are scary. But after he was stunned for a while, he took it for granted. Players have equipment and talent bonuses. And hell level dungeons are not eligible for ordinary players to challenge. Only professionals who are excellent in occupation, talent, equipment, skills, etc., are invincible at the same level, and can even kill monsters at higher levels are eligible to clear the hell level dungeon. Just why didn't you see other skulls? Single quote. Scanning around, there are no other mobs except for the boss sitting on the skull throne. Yi Ting didn't think too much, and said, "Frost Dragon, let's fly in." The Skull Mage Frost Dragon and Yi Ting, who were sitting on the skull throne, entered the cemetery area. Soul fire burst out from their hollow eyes, then stood up, and waved the skull staff. 10 dark green flames ignited all over the cemetery, and then the flames disappeared and turned into skeletons one by one. Good guy, so I'm waiting here. After a brief glance, there happened to be 2 of each of the 5 types of skulls that appeared earlier. After the Skull Mage summoned the minions, he waved his cane towards the sky, and a wave of black light full of decay burst out. "Ah," Yi Ting sneered. "Frost Dragon, shoot to death directly." "Got it, Master." The royal sister's voice sounded. A dive, a slap of the dragon's claw, and a scream. Ding. Congratulations for killing the hell level dungeon boss Skull Mage and gaining 100 experience points. The 10 skull boys were stunned for a moment. How can someone kill the boss first after killing the dungeon? Don't they all clear these little soldiers first? Yi Ting raised his eyebrows and said, "Frost Dragon, don't do those fancy things, shoot them all to death." "It is good." The slightly excited and bloodthirsty voice of Yuji sounded, and the dragon claw waved at the nearest Skull Knight. There was a flash of cold light. The Skull Knight was directly dismembered. Ding. Congratulations for killing the Skull Knight and gaining 30 experience points. Another stomp. Boom. The entire cemetery shook, and countless tombs collapsed. Ding. Congratulations for killing the Skull Warlord and gaining 25 experience points. The Frost Dragon is like a god of death. Every time you swing the dragon claw, you will take away an undead. With the last skull shot to death. Ding. Congratulations for killing the Skull Shooter and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations on clearing the hell level single copy. Exit the dungeon. Please read silently to exit. The system will score the customs clearance. If you don't quit, the player will be forced to quit the dungeon after 10 minutes to score the clearance. Every time a professional clears the dungeon, the system will score and record the record and rank it, and the record ranking can be queried at the entrance of the dungeon. And to challenge the Nightmare and Hell levels, and get an S level rating or above, there are even rich rewards. The strong are always strong. The weak are always weak. This is the truth of the world. Before cleaning the battlefield, Yi Ting didn't choose to settle immediately. He jumped off the Frost Dragon and came to the place where one of the Skull Knights died. Skull long sword excellent green. Damage 41 to 60. Strength +5. Constitution +5. Requirement. Strength 30. Is this green equipment okay? Single quote. Put the long sword in the backpack, and then come to the position where the boss skull mage died. Skull ring excellent purple. Spirit +10. Constitution +10. Requirement. Spirit 60. This ring is not bad. The added attributes have almost reached the upper limit of the purple excellent equipment. It is worthy of being a hell-level dungeon boss. It is arrogant. Single quote. Yi Ting nodded in satisfaction, and decisively equipped the skull ring. Equip the ring. Single quote. Ding. Successful equipment. Skull magic ring excellent purple. Taking a closer look at the battlefield, Yi Ting opened the property panel again after making sure there was nothing missing. Name. Yi Ting. Occupation. Beast Master. Level 1 25%. Strength. 20. Agility. 23. Physical. 19 + 18. Spirit. 63 + 18. Talent list. Down pointing arrow. God level talents. Bloodline awakening. Feature extraction. Beast monitoring form. SSS level talent. Master's nostalgia. Skills. Beast Master contract. Contract summoning. Beast Master healing. Exploration. Bloodline detecting eye. Basic abilities. Swordsmanship proficiency LV8. Unarmed combat LV6. Available experience points can be improved. Free points. 0. Beast Master. Frost Dragon. Well, the mental strength is also 81 points. It's just a pity that my Beast Master is too strong, and I don't even have the chance to use healing skills. Such a high spiritual power is useless, alas. Single quote. Silently playing Versailles in my heart. His eyes couldn't help but focus on the last god level talent. Transformation of the beast. Clear the score first, and wait until you enter the instance again. With a decision, Yi Ting said silently. Exit copy. Single quote. Ding. Professionals exit the dungeon. The system is scoring. Rating complete. Congratulations on getting the SSS rating. Congratulations on obtaining the First Order, Legend, Treasure Chest X1. The treasure chest has been distributed to the player's backpack. Note: when the player clears the dungeon again and obtains an SSS score, the reward will drop by 1 level. After receiving the 3 levels of S, SS, and SSS rewards, the player will no longer receive treasure chest rewards if he clears the dungeon again. The customs clearance record has been saved, is the name and occupation of the professional displayed in the dungeon record. Ding. Clear the Hell level dungeon and obtain an SSS level evaluation to trigger the network-wide notification mechanism. Will the professional's name be displayed in the next network-wide notification? Hearing the system prompt, Yi Ting's eyes flickered. He was not surprised by the SSS rating and getting the legendary treasure chest. It would be a ghost if he couldn't get the SSS rating even with a powerful frost dragon. And all dungeons as long as you clear the Hell level difficulty and get the highest rating will get the legendary treasure box, but the same dungeon can only be obtained once. If you clear the level again and get the highest rating, the level of the rewarded treasure box will decrease. He also knows the dungeon records. This information has been learned in Yangcheng No. 1 Middle School. The network-wide notification mechanism surprised him. This is something he was not exposed to in school. I'm only level 1 now, and I don't have a strong background. Even with the Frost Dragon, it's easy to hide from the dark. The most important thing now is to stabilize my development. There's no need to become the world's focus so early. Single quote. With a decision in mind, Yi Ting said silently. None are displayed. Single quote. Ding. Professional choices are not displayed. The name of the professional will not be displayed in the record of the dungeon and the system's network-wide notification. Exiting the copy. Chapter 14. Ding. Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom professionals for obtaining an SSS rating in the Hell level novice dungeon. Ding. Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom professionals for obtaining an SSS rating in the Hell level novice dungeon. Ding. Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom professionals for obtaining an SSS rating in the Hell level novice dungeon. A copy of Yangcheng Undead Novice Dungeon. Today is the global job transfer day. That boss got a Hell level SSS rating right after he changed jobs. Whoa, I can't even pass the easy level alone. The boss has already won the SSS level evaluation in the Hell level. It's so sour. It turned out to be our Dragon Kingdom professional. The Dragon Kingdom is mighty. It seems that our Dragon Kingdom has another new star rising this time. What does this mean? There is still an announcement in the novice dungeon after customs clearance. Can you explain it to me? Hehe, you don't know that all dungeons clearing Hell difficulty and obtaining SSS ratings are broadcast, and there are also legendary treasure boxes. It's just that the school teachers are afraid that us newbies will die, so they usually don't say it. Legendary treasure chest. Isn't that equivalent to a piece of legendary equipment? Of course, but I advise you not to think about it. The number of such broadcasts will not exceed 10 times a year. That is to say, there will be no more than 10 people in the world who can get through the Hell level dungeon and get an SSS level evaluation every year. In the Hell level novice, the dungeon gets an SSS rating, not once in 10 years. Hiss. It comes out once every 10 years. This boss is so terrifying. The other side. Hearing the system broadcast, Wang Hai, Li Wei, and Zhang Yang also showed shocked expressions. Although Ji Yu Xiaoming was also surprised for a moment, she was only worried about Yi Ting, so she was slightly surprised, then put it aside and continued to stare at Yi Ting. Copy door. What's so good about Yi Ting, isn't it that he's more handsome? Single quote. Noticing Ji Yu Xiaoming's expression, Wang Hai and Li Wei were sore. At this time, Yi Ting's figure appeared in front of the dungeon building. Yi Ting. Ji Yu Xiaoming's eyes lit up, and he quickly walked up to him and said, "How is it? Are you injured?" After finishing speaking, he felt that it was not safe, so he threw out a healing technique directly. Feeling the sacred light covering his body, the corners of Yi Ting's mouth twitched. "I am a beast master, and I also have the ability to heal myself." Ah! Ji Yu Xiaoming covered her mouth and exclaimed, having a big oolong, her delicate cheeks flushed bright red. But after confirming that he was not injured, the big stone in his heart finally let go, and he breathed a sigh of relief. Yi Ting saw Wang Hai and Li Wei, and one of them didn't know each other. It should be that their previously mentioned team members were all there. He wondered. Why are you still here and didn't go in? Here we come, let's play. Single quote. I had been secretly expecting that Zhang Yang would suddenly become excited, and his eyes subconsciously turned to Wang Hai and Li Wei. The two did not disappoint him. Li Wei stepped forward and said with a smile. Yi Ting entered the dungeon for 5 or 6 minutes, and killed 2 skeletons. Question mark question mark question mark question mark. 2 monsters. Single quote. Yi Ting smiled. Wang Hai also came up and said earnestly. Single-player challenges are difficult. Professionals are different from high schools. Even if you are the first in 3 years of high school, it doesn't mean that you can easily challenge the dungeon after changing jobs. You should honestly form a team and don't let us worry about you. Quote. Li Wei nodded and continued to speak. It's useless to be competitive in high school, so what about being the first in science? High school is just a joke, and only after changing jobs is the real life beginning. You heard it just now. Someone cleared the Hell level novice dungeon, and get the SSS evaluation. This kind of person is a real boss. Wang Hai nodded seriously and said, that's right, real bosses are very low-key. You see, this boss didn't even show his name just now, and he gave up the opportunity to attract attention. He doesn't care about these false names at all. You should also keep a low profile, otherwise our classmates don't care. There are always other professionals who teach you how to be a human being. So are you stepping on me or flattering me? Single quote. Yi Ting is also dumbfounded. Okay, are you done? I'll continue to challenge the dungeon after I'm done, bye. Throw down the next sentence, turn around and face the copy and read silently. Challenge copy. Single quote. It is detected that there is no team for professionals. Do you want to challenge the copy alone? Yes. Single quote. Please select the copy level. Hell. Single quote. The player chooses the difficulty level as Hell. After 10 seconds, it will be sent to the copy. 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1, 0. The copy is being transmitted. That's it. What about the big show? Shouldn't it be refuted? Shouldn't they be slapped in the face madly, or become angry and stage a full martial arts? Why did you leave like this? Single quote. Watching Yi Ting's figure disappear again, Zhang Yang's head was full of question marks. Really? Yi Ting went in again. Even the good-tempered Ji Yu Xiaoming was also a little angry. At this time, Wang Hai rolled his eyes and pretended to be annoyed. Sorry, maybe we misunderstood before. Didn't he just say to continue the challenge? Maybe he has already opened up a dungeon. Li Wei, who cooperated tacitly, understood immediately, and said, Yes, we are short-sighted, and we don't understand the world of geniuses at all. Let's go and see the record of the dungeon, and look at the strong record of our Yangcheng number. 1 Middle School. Hearing Li Hui's proposal, Wang Hai, who had ulterior motives, Zhang Yang, who had the mentality of watching a movie, and Ji Yu Xiaoming, who had confidence in Yi Ting, all walked to the dungeon building to check the record. Why not? It's strange. Li Hui's face was full of ridicule. Wang Hai joked, Have you checked the easy difficulty? Genius is not something that mortals like us can guess. Yes, we are photographed. Li Wei pretended to be stunned, and said in a strange way. Maybe it's a normal level, let me check again, Still not there. Could it be that my structure is low? I'll look at the difficulty again, Why is it still not there? Oh, it must be a nightmare level. How could it be? Still not there. Yi Ting won't pass the level, right? Ji Yu Xiaoming smoothed things over and said. Maybe Yi Ting just hid his name, forget it, let's challenge the copy too. But Wang Hai spoke. No, there are no professionals who hide their names in the third level of easy, normal, and difficult nightmares. Now Ji Yu Xiaoming was embarrassed. Li Wei teased. Maybe it's hell. Everyone looked at the record ranking of the hell level. Except for the blinding SSS rating at the top of the list, the highest rating in the back is S rating, and no one has hidden their names. Li Wei pretended to be surprised and said, Hey, there is only one professional in hell who got an SSS rating and hid his name. The boss just now must be Yi Ting. After finishing speaking, I couldn't help laughing. Wang Hai couldn't help laughing out loud. SSS level, just him, who believes it? Even Ji Yu Xiaoming thought it was impossible, after all, it was too appalling. Zhang Yang's face was full of shock, and a turbulent sea was set off in his heart. When he came here, he was curious and checked the record. There is no professional player in this dungeon with a hell level SSS rating. The whole network report was sent out before Yi Ting came out, and the hell level SSS level record was only just now. Could it be him? Single quote. Focus on the customs clearance time displayed on the SSS record. Less than 6 minutes. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Yi Ting also came out in about 6 minutes. It really is him. Single quote. Zhang Yang originally just wanted to watch a play, but now he seems to have discovered something extraordinary. Ding. Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom professionals for obtaining an SSS rating in the Hell level novice dungeon. Imperial University Admissions Office. Hearing the system broadcast, the teachers who were discussing this year's enrollment target suddenly looked at each other in shock. Soon, the landline rang. The director of admissions office answered the phone immediately. Hey, hello, Principal Li, okay, at all costs. Okay, I understand, it must be. After the call was over, the director of the admissions office looked serious. Principal Li issued an instruction, asking us to recruit the professional who has just obtained the SSS evaluation to us at Imperial University at all costs. It's just that he hid his name, how can we find someone? I said whatever it takes, don't you understand? Yes, we'll look for it right away. Shanghai Metropolitan University, Admissions Office. In the college professional contest, we at Shanghai Metropolitan University have lost to Imperial University 8 times in a row, and now the outside world says that we are the second child of 10,000 years. President Qin said that this year, the rewards of various resources will be doubled, and more talented professionals will be recruited to us. School, do you understand? Clear. Ding. Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom professionals for obtaining an SSS rating in the Hell level novice dungeon. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. 3 consecutive system broadcasts sounded in my heart. Ring, ring, ring. Immediately after, the landline rang a rapid bell. The director of admissions office answered the phone immediately. Hello, Principal Chin. Yes, I know, yes, no problem, I will try my best, no, I promise. End the call. The director glanced around at the teachers in the admissions office and said solemnly, professionals who just broadcast globally must be recruited to our school, and they will be found by me at all costs, and the conditions are up to him. Remember, at all costs. Do you understand? Clear. Dragon Kingdom, the residents of the 10th Tier Guild, Longtang 9 Heavens. Have the transfer ceremonies of high schools across the country come to an end? Ended. Have you recruited some talented professionals? Hundreds of people have been recruited for special professions, and the best one is an ice demon swordsman who has awakened SS level talent. Now he has been arranged for guild members to upgrade him. I believe he will shine in the next high school student league. Quote. Well, Ice Demon Swordsman has awakened SS level talent, very good. Are there any professionals who have awakened SSS level talent this year? I have arranged for most of the more than 10,000 high schools in Longguo to contact them. It's just a pity that they either didn't say anything in detail, or they just said they didn't have any. Dragon Kingdom has so many of them every year, and it's impossible not to have them this year. Forget it, maybe other guilds have made big promises, or maybe the higher-ups have ordered them to hide something. Suddenly, ding, congratulations to Dragon Kingdom professionals for obtaining an SSS rating in the Hell level Novice Dungeon. Novice Dungeon, how long is this job change? Shen Longtang's pupils shrank. As the first guild leader of the Dragon Kingdom, one of the pinnacles of the Dragon Kingdom's combat power, a professional who has awakened SSS level talent, even when he first changed jobs, he didn't get a Hell level SSS rating in the Novice Dungeon. Even in other dungeons, he has only received less than 10 Hell level SSS evaluations, and most of them are in team mode. And the last professional in Longguo who was able to get an SSS rating in the Novice Dungeon just after changing his job, has now become famous both at home and abroad, and has become the blazing god of war among professionals from all over the world. Putting away his thoughts, Shen Longtang said loudly, Divergent brothers, go find him, dig 3 feet for me, and find him too. Whoever recruits him into the guild will be rewarded with a piece of legendary quality equipment. Hearing the legendary quality equipment, everyone here couldn't help breathing quickly. One senior said, it's just that after finding it, how should we treat him? Shen Longtang's eyes were fixed. Equipment, skill books, wealth, beautiful women. He will give him whatever he wants. As long as he can reach the 8th level, he will be given the position of vice president. If he can defeat me in the future, he will be given the position of president. No matter what, at all costs, recruit him into the guild. Kimchi Country, Blue House. Ding. Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom professionals for obtaining an SSS rating in the Hell level Novice Dungeon. This must be the wandering descendant of our great Pickle Empire. Arrange people lurking in the Dragon Kingdom to bring him out. It's time for him to return to the embrace of our great Pickle Empire. Congress of the United States. Ding. Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom professionals for obtaining an SSS rating in the Hell level Novice Dungeon. Scored the SSS rating in the Hell level Novice Dungeon. It seems that the Dragon Country has a professional against the sky again. I will arrange the personnel lurking in the Dragon Country to kill him. He must not be allowed to grow up and become the next dragon. National God of War. The above situation also happened in Sakura Country, Asan Country and so on. Dragon Kingdom, a certain sea in the capital. Grand Elder, the transfer ceremonies of high schools across the country have ended, and the national transfer data has been compiled. Okay, thank you for your hard work. The Great Elder opened the national system panel. In this world where games and reality are integrated, state management is also very convenient. As long as you hold a certain position, you can have various government affairs panels under the authorization of your superiors. The Great Elder carefully read the detailed job transfer data, and after knowing it well, he said, not bad, it seems to be a little better than last year. Yes, Great Elder, the number of special occupations and the quality of awakened talents this year have both increased slightly compared to last year. Suddenly, ding, Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom professionals for obtaining an SSS rating in the Hell level novice dungeon. 3 consecutive system notifications sounded from the bottom of my heart. The Great Elder couldn't help smiling when he heard that he was a professional from the Dragon Kingdom. Yes, it seems that this year is not just a little bit better than last year. Aha! The secretary, who was in shock, came back to his senses, nodded heavily and said, "He has strength, talent, and knows how to hide his strength and bide his time. He is a smart person. Not bad, it's just that our Dragon Kingdom will be lively for a while." With a sigh, the Great Elder smiled and said, "Go, arrange a few big shows, and catch some big fish." Yes, wait until the secretary leaves the office. The Great Elder opened the profiles of several professionals who had awakened SSS level talents. His eyes flickered. Thunder Mage, Holy Knight, and Beast Master, no matter who they are, we must ensure their safe growth. Single quote. Thinking this way, the Great Elder set the 3 people's information as top secret, and then sent a message through the system. ... A certain secret place. Drink. A middle-aged man in his 30s exerted force on his feet, and with a bang, the ground cracked, and he jumped tens of meters into the air in an instant. The slash burst out. The chimera in the sky was split in half, and blood sprayed out. The middle-aged man fell to the ground, his whole body was ignited with hot flames, and the rain of blood that fell was instantly reduced to ashes, and the flames subsided. Ding! Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom professionals for obtaining an SSS rating in the Hell level novice dungeon. Hearing the system notification, the middle-aged man raised his eyebrows. It's interesting that the transfer ceremony just ended for more than an hour. Single quote. Ding! You have a piece of information, please check it carefully. It seems that the days of leisurely killing monsters are coming to an early end. Single quote. The middle-aged man narrowed his eyes. After entering the secret realm, except for a few, he blocked most of the people's information. Combined with the previous network notification, it is not difficult to guess who and what sent him the information. Open the message and glance at it. Sure enough, I hope they won't disappoint me. Single quote. ... Yangcheng, a copy of the novice necromancer. Yi Ting, who re-entered the dungeon, didn't know that a network-wide notification had affected the nerves of major forces in the world, and he didn't know that because of him, the entire Dragon Kingdom became the focus of the world's attention and the situation became turbulent. If he knew, he would be even more grateful for his prudence. Contract call. In the sky, an obscure and complicated magic circle appeared, and the frost dragon flew out of the magic circle, and flew around Yi Ting briskly. "Master, I may be able to fight the boss from here?" Question mark. Yi Ting was stunned. From here to the boss? But on second thought, the entire dungeon is only about 5 kilometers in a straight line. The frost dragon has so many skills, maybe it is really possible. Alright, Frost Dragon, I'll leave it to you. Nod decisively. No matter if it works or not, it's good to see her skills. Yes, Master. With permission, the Frost Dragon smiled, flapped its wings, and flew up to a height of tens of meters in an instant. A pair of ice blue eyes constantly adjusted the focus to determine the position of the dungeon skull. Immediately after opening the dragon's mouth, the ice element containing extreme frost gathered in the mouth. Dazzling blue light burst out, and then turned into an ice blue beam and sprayed onto the ground hundreds of meters away. Boom! A huge roar came from a distance, and Yi Ting could clearly feel the ground shaking even if they were hundreds of meters away. Ding! Congratulations for killing the Skull Warlord and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing the Skull Warlord and gaining 25 experience points. Then 2 system prompts sounded. Immediately afterwards, the head of the frost dragon lifted slightly, and the ice blue light beam sprayed hundreds of meters away extended outwards, until several kilometers away. Ding! Congratulations for killing the giant axe skull and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing the giant axe skull and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations on the kill. A series of boosting tones sounded continuously. At last, ding! Congratulations for killing the Hell-level dungeon boss Skullmage and gaining 100 experience points. Congratulations on clearing the Hell-level single copy. Exit the dungeon. Please read silently to exit. The system will score the customs clearance. If you don't quit, the player will be forced to quit the dungeon after 10 minutes to score the clearance. That's it, over. Master, I did the math and got 36 experience points. It's the same as last time. There shouldn't be any omissions. The frost dragon that stopped the beam spray descended from tens of meters to several meters, and flew around Yi Ting at a low altitude. As a royal beast, although she could not receive the dungeon clearance prompt, she could still receive the prompt for gaining experience. Well, this dungeon is indeed 36 monsters, and it has been cleared now. Well done, Frost Dragon, great. Yi Ting, who came back to his senses, expressed his praise without hesitation. I wouldn't be able to do it without the master giving me a new life. The credit is all the master's, hee hee. The joyous voice of the Frost Dragon sounded, and then paused. It's just that my mana consumption is a bit high. It's okay, just play slowly. Yi Ting was not surprised. Just now it was indeed a bit of a sledgehammer to kill a chicken. No, it is right to use a dragon knife to kill a chicken. Although the Frost Dragon's attributes are off the charts, its level is only 5, and the cold beam, just used, should be a skill that can only be mastered after a very advanced level. It is only because his god-level talent, Bloodline Awakening, activated the bloodline, which made her directly evolved into the ultimate body of the Frost Dragon, thus mastering the skills in advance. It is normal to consume a lot of magic power to keep the skill output and hit as far as 5 kilometers. It's just that Yi Ting doesn't have the buff skill to speed up the mana recovery of the beast, and can only let the Frost Dragon slowly recover its magic power. Let's go, let's see if any equipment has exploded. Well, Master, please come up. Leap onto the back of the Frost Dragon, and then fly into the depths. Just now on the ground, Yi Ting's vision was limited, and he was not sure about the destructive power of the extremely cold beam, so he could only roughly guess based on the vibration of the ground. Flying high in the sky and looking down from a high altitude, I fully understood the power of the extremely cold light beam. Starting from the ground of the first batch of monsters, I plowed out and saw a gully about tens of meters wide and 4 to 5 kilometers long. It is covered with a layer of icy blue ice, and from a distance, it looks like a long river of frost several kilometers long. Flying all the way to the cemetery at the end of the copy, Yi Ting harvested 2 pieces of equipment. Skull Armor, Rare Blue. Defense, 61 to 80, Constitution +7, Strength +8. Requirement, Constitution 50. Battle Armor, you can't use it. Single quote. The first piece is the blue rare equipment, which Yi Ting puts directly into the backpack. The other is the purple excellent equipment that the boss broke out. Skull Robe, Excellent Purple. Defense, 41 to 50, Spirit +10, Constitution +10. Requirement, Spirit 60. The defense of the purple magic robe is lower than that of the blue battle armor. If it is of the same quality, the defense of the magic robe is estimated to be about half of that of the battle armor. No wonder it is said that the mage's crispy skin. Single quote. With a sigh, Yi Ting silently said, "Equip the robe." Single quote. Ding. Successful equipment. Skull Robe, Excellent Purple. A black robe with a hood automatically appeared on Yi Ting's body. After a little inspection, it fits well. Change equipment with one click, saving the trouble of putting on and taking off clothes, which is very convenient after becoming a professional in this world. Single quote. Satisfied, he checked the experience of himself and the Frost Dragon separately. Level 1 94%. Level 5 54%. After clearing a copy, Yi Ting at level 1 gained 69% of the experience, while Frostworm at level 5 also gained 24.9%. Finally, focus on the last god level talent. Beast Keeping Form. Give the contracted orc-shaped form and character equipment panel. I always feel that this talent wants to make trouble. Single quote. Secretly complaining in his heart, Yi Ting looked at the Frost Dragon. Frost Dragon, do you want to have a humanoid form? A humanoid form. The Frost Dragon tilted its head. If you have a humanoid form, then you don't need to enter the beast familiar space and stay with the master all the time. Single quote. Thinking in her heart, she blinked her icy blue eyes, and said expectantly, "Is it really possible?" Certainly. After being confirmed, the Frost Dragon rang out with joy and anticipation. "Master, I think Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Just think about it. Why drag the tone? Single quote. Why do you want to add the master in front? Single quote. Yi Ting complained secretly, shook off the extra thoughts, then nodded and said, "Okay, since I want to, I will give you a human form now." After finishing speaking, I meditated in my heart. Trigger the beast transformation. Single quote. Ding. It is discovered that the profession has a contracted beast-fearing, frost dragon, which is triggering the god-level talent, beast-fearing transformation. Transformation. As the prompt sounded, dazzling blue light erupted from the frost dragon's body, and its figure was shrinking towards its human form. What will become of it? Listening to the voice, it must be the heroic Yujifeng. Single quote. Looking at the frost dragon whose body was changing into a human form, Yi Ting's eyes were full of anticipation, and his mind couldn't help but think of a female character with long blue hair who could control the ice element in his previous life. After a while, the huge body of the frost dragon has already turned into a human form. Under the blue light, one can vaguely see a head of knee-length hair spread out, with a good figure and plump legs. It really is a girl. Single quote. Yi Ting looked forward to it more and more. Soon, the light converged, revealing its true face. About 170 tall, with ice blue long hair, eyes, eyelashes, and eyebrows, wearing a white military uniform, a military cap, and a pair of white knee-high boots wrapped around her slender legs. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Seeing her transfigured image, just like the character that appeared in his mind just now, Yi Ting's dark eyes were full of surprise, and he couldn't help but blurt it out. "How did you become like this?" "I don't know either. It's just that when I transform into a human form, I suddenly feel like I have become this image." The frost dragon looked him up and down and said worriedly, "Master, don't you like it?" Hiss. It was exciting enough for Yu Jian to call him master, but now the frost dragon has turned into a human form, which is still an image in memory, which makes Yi Ting breathe even more. Taking a deep breath and calming down the disordered breathing, Yi Ting said, "I like it, but now that you're in human form, don't call me master anymore, you should just call me by my name, otherwise it will look weird if people hear you. It means you can call when no one is around." Single quote. "I thought so." The frost dragon hesitated and said, "Is it Yi Ting?" "Right." Yi Ting nodded. The frost dragon looked forward to it. "So Yi Ting, what about me? I want a human name too." "Huh, do you want a name too?" Yi Ting pondered for a while, looking at her image. A bad taste suddenly arose in his heart. "Estes, you will be called Estes from now on." "Esteth." The frost dragon chewed on the name and smiled. "Thank you, master." Quote. Forget it, too lazy to correct it. Yi Ting looked at her attire and said curiously, "The clothes on your body." Estes looked around at the clothes on his body and said, "This is an illusion, not a real dress." "Master, if you don't like it, why don't I?" No, I like it very much." The words interrupted Estes 404's thoughts, and Yi Ting said instead, "Okay, it's time for us to make a copy." "Good." Seeing that Yi Ting had no intention of letting her go back to the beast familiar space, Estes smiled, with his hands behind his back, and his body swaying from side to side. She began to like the human form. Ding. Professionals exit the dungeon, the system is scoring. Rating complete. Congratulations on getting the SSS rating. It is found that the professional has received the SSS level reward, and the reward will be automatically lowered by 1 level. Congratulations on obtaining the first order, Epic, Treasure Chest X1. The treasure chest has been distributed to the player's backpack. The customs clearance record has been overwritten and refreshed. Is the player's name and occupation displayed in the new record of the dungeon? In the dungeon of the same level, each professional has only 1 record. After getting a better evaluation, the record will be refreshed, and the ranking will rise according to the score. Yi Ting is originally ranked first in the Hell level record ranking of this dungeon. After the record is broken, the new record will overwrite the old record. There is no network-wide notification triggered. It seems that the same dungeon will only be notified once if it receives an SSS level evaluation. Single quote. After a little analysis, Yi Ting silently said, "Do not show." Single quote. Professional choices are not displayed. The name of the professional will not be displayed in the new copy record. Exiting the copy. A copy of Yangcheng undead. Why are they still here? Are you so free? Single quote. After exiting the dungeon, Yi Ting was taken aback when he saw Wang Hai, Li Wei, and Ji Yu Xiaoming were still there, but he didn't intend to say hello. Get the reward of the last treasure box at the hell level and go to the next instance. Single quote. Thinking of this, Yi Ting turned around and read silently to the copy. Challenge copy. It is detected that there is no team for professionals. Do you want to challenge the copy alone? Yes. Single quote. Please select the copy level. Hell. Single quote. The player chooses the difficulty level as Hell. After 10 seconds, it will be sent to the copy. 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1, 0. The copy is being transmitted. The figure disappeared. Li Wei said in astonishment. The one wearing the black robe just now is Yi Ting, right? Probably. Wang Hai was also dumbfounded. If he is not mistaken. The surface of the robe on Yi Ting's body is faintly purple fluorescent. Excellent equipment from an orphan. It obviously didn't exist before. Can a novice dungeon explode excellent equipment? Wrong. Is he really challenging the copy? That older sister was so beautiful just now, why did she appear with Yi Ting and then disappear together? Single quote. Ji Yu Xiaoming's focus is different. She recognized Yi Ting and wanted to go up to say hello, but when she saw the blue-haired lady beside him, she hesitated. Zhang Yang also recognized Yi Ting, and when he saw him coming out wearing a magic robe, he was even more sure that Yi Ting was the master who got the hell level SSS evaluation of the novice dungeon. When he saw the refreshed dungeon record, he couldn't help but blurt out. Refreshed. Sure enough. Refreshed. What refreshed? Li Wei and Wang Hai were taken aback for a moment. Immediately, the two of them had a flash of inspiration, and immediately checked the record of the dungeon. The record has been refreshed. When they saw that the SSS level record ranked number 1 above had changed from 6 minutes to 5 minutes, the two looked at each other in dismay. The clown turned out to be us. Thinking of teasing Yi Ting with the SSS level boss earlier, their faces became hot for a while, and their toes wished they could dig out a 3-bedroom and 1 living room and hide in it. A surge of fear arose in my heart. Will Yi Ting hold grudges against them? Will it be in the wild? Zhang Yang looked at the two stunned, terrified expressions, secretly excited in his heart. I didn't expect this drama to end up like this. It's so bizarre. I really didn't know who the clown was until the last moment. Single quote. Only the soul flies out of the sky. Ji Yu Xiaoming, who was still wondering who the blue-haired lady was just now, didn't seem to find out yet. Ding. Congratulations for killing the Skull Warlord and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations on the kill. Congratulations to the professional who has been promoted to level 2, and has gained 10 points of fixed attributes and 10 points of free attributes. Congratulations for killing the Hell level dungeon boss Skullmage and gaining 100 experience points. Congratulations on clearing the Hell level single copy. Exit the dungeon. Please read silently to exit. The system will score the customs clearance. If you don't quit, the player will be forced to quit the dungeon after 10 minutes to score the clearance. A copy of Hell level undead. After re-entering the dungeon, Esthith turned into a frost dragon and once again fired an extremely cold beam to clear the field directly from the sky above the safe zone of the dungeon. Yi Ting's level was also raised to level 2. Very good, Esthith. With a word of praise, Yi Ting opened the attribute panel and added all the points gained from the upgrade to the spiritual power. Spirit. 73 plus 28. Counting the equipment bonus, the mental power exceeded 100. There are still too few monsters in the novice dungeon. Try to upgrade to level 5 today, and leave the city tomorrow. Single quote. Of course, you still have to get all the treasure chests of the 3 novice dungeons in Yangcheng. Single quote. Thinking of this, Yi Ting is full of momentum. Go, clean the battlefield. Jump on the back of the frost dragon and fly all the way to the end of the instance. This time 2 pieces of equipment broke out. Skull Spear, green excellent. Attack, 141 to 160, strength plus 5, agility plus 6. Requirement, strength 45. The green is fine, and the attack of 2-handed weapons like spears is much higher than that of 1-handed swords. Single quote. If you don't need it, put it in your backpack. Focus on the next piece of equipment. Skull Long Sword Purple Excellence. Attack, 81 to 110, Strength plus 1-1, Agility plus 1-1. Requirement, Strength 60. Another long sword. The attributes of this Skull Long Sword have reached the upper limit of purple excellent equipment, it is the best. Single quote. Satisfied, looking at Estes, who had already transformed into a human form, Yi Ting handed the skull sword. Come on, let's play with you. Taking the long sword in doubt, Estes felt that she could equip it, and immediately said silently. Equipped with a long sword. Single quote. Ding. Successful equipment. Skull Long Sword Purple Excellence. That's right. Single quote. Feeling the increase in attributes, she immediately understood that this was Yi Ting's strange ability, and immediately said with a smile on her brows and eyes. Thank you, master. Yi Ting couldn't help but smile when she looked at Estes, who looked like she was happy to get a new toy, but the skull sword didn't seem to match her image very well. Well, it would be right if it was changed to a Western sword. Single quote. Thinking of this, I couldn't help but think of Ji Quan's big sister who changed her job to become an equipment reformer. It's a pity that Zhang Xiaoxuan has just changed jobs, and the success rate of transforming equipment is not high. Single quote. Thinking of this, he immediately dismissed the idea of asking her for a transformation. This long sword is just for Estes to play with, and it will be updated soon. He also has a skull armor in his backpack, but he doesn't want to cover Estes' familiar white military uniform, so he didn't equip it for her. Anyway, adding such a little defense makes no difference to her with explosive attributes. Putting away his thoughts, Yi Ting said. Okay, Estes, we are going to exit the copy. Okay. Ding. Professionals exit the dungeon, the system is scoring. Rating complete. Congratulations on getting the SSS rating. It is found that the professional has received SSS score and SS score reward, and the reward will be lowered by 1 level. Congratulations on obtaining the first order, perfect, treasure chest X1. The treasure chest has been distributed to the player's backpack. The customs clearance record has been overwritten and refreshed. Is the player's name and occupation displayed in the new record of the dungeon? The last treasure chest is here. As for the nightmare level, don't fight, go to the next copy. Single quote. Nightmare class also has 3 treasure chests, namely the excellent treasure chest rated by S, the rare treasure chest rated by SS, and the excellent treasure box rated by SSS. But even the best excellent treasure chests are only excellent equipment, and there is no need to waste time when they are casually exploded on hell-level bosses. With a decision, Yi Ting silently said. Do not show. Single quote. Professional choices are not displayed. The name of the professional will not be displayed in the new copy record. Exiting the copy. The gate of Yangcheng Undead Dungeon. Less than 5 minutes this time. Single quote. Seeing Yi Ting walk out of the dungeon again, Wang Hai and Li Wei shrank their pupils, and immediately checked the record. Sure enough, it was refreshed again, and the clearance time coincided roughly with Yi Ting's waiting time. The two felt panicked in their hearts, and walked forward tremblingly. Yi Ting. We. Seeing Wang Hai and Li Hui's expressions and manners, Yi Ting was stunned. Although he was puzzled, he didn't bother to think about it, and said casually. The monster in this undead dungeon is too difficult to fight. I can't pass the challenge several times. It seems that it is not suitable for me to challenge. I need to change the dungeon. The two suddenly became excited. Difficult to fight. Can't pass. Is this a hint not to speak out? Wang Heifu's heart was full, and he immediately nodded like a chicken pecking at rice. Yes, it's too difficult to fight, and it's not a human challenge. Li Wei also reacted immediately and said. Yes, that's right, what kind of bullshit dungeon, it's too difficult to pass the level. ? Sensing the abnormality of the two, Yi Ting blinked and hesitated. Then I'll go. Seeing Yi Ting wink, the two became more sure that this was the hint. Wang Hai and Li Wei immediately bent down like dog legs and made a farewell gesture. Brother Ting, go slowly. ... Looking at the flattering faces of the two, Yi Ting was sure that something was wrong, and then took another look at the unknown Chinese character face with thick eyebrows and big eyes full of admiration, feeling thoughtful. recalling the behavior of the two facing the dungeon when he just released the dungeon. This is discovered through the record. Single quote. There was a slight movement in his heart, but Yi Ting didn't care. He glanced at Estish with his eyes fixed on him. Ji Xiaoming, who was like an enemy, wanted to stay any longer. Slipped away. He waved his hand decisively. Let's go, bye. Seeing the gradually disappearing figures, Wang Hai and Li Wei put away their farewell gestures. The boss is actually by my side. Single quote. Together with this thought, a sense of pride arose in my heart. Let me just say, Brother Ting is as simple as our Yangcheng. What's not easy? To be able to maintain the number 1 in Yangcheng number 1 for 3 years, which is full of geniuses and evil spirits. I already knew that Brother Ting was not someone in the pool. What thing in the pool? The first time I saw Brother Ting 3 years ago, I knew he was a dragon among men. As long as he waited for the opportunity, he would jump into the dragon's gate and ascend to the sky. You see, after the job change, he really should got my hunch. I didn't expect that we all have a pair of wisdom eyes. Looking at the two words on the left, Brother Ting, and Brother Ting, Zhang Yang's mouth twitched. Where's his face? If you really are shameless, you are invincible. Only Ji Xiaoming, who was unconscious, looked at the direction where Yi Ting disappeared, and his eyes were full of sadness. He didn't even give me an explanation for leaving. So love goes away, doesn't it? Single quote. ... Leaving the necromancer dungeon, Yi Ting flagged down a taxi arrogantly. Master, go to the nearest novice copy. Okay. The master responded cheerfully. This is a big order. You must know that there are only 3 novice dungeons in the entire Yangcheng, and each dungeon is tens of kilometers away. Her first car ride in Estes was full of novelty. Looking at the scenery outside the window, her mind was full of thoughts. Born, fighting in the herd of beasts, captured by human professionals, seriously injured, trapped in a cage, about to die, until meeting the master's fate, and then evolved to have powerful power, and now has a human form. The experience of just over 2 hours today was like a dream, which brought earth-shaking changes to her animal life, made her no longer confused about the future, and her soul has sustenance. What a lifetime of luck to meet the owner. A sweet smile appeared on Esta's face. The vehicle stopped slowly in front of the red street light, and a couple walked across the zebra crossing arm in arm. Esta's heart moved slightly. She didn't understand the meaning of this move, she just felt that the couple seemed to enjoy it very much. Subconsciously turned her head, shifted her position slightly, her body was close to Yi Ting's side, her slender hand was holding his arm, and Junsho lightly leaned on his shoulder. A pair of ice blue eyes slowly closed, feeling the comfort and warmth. This feeling is roughly the same as when Yi Ting stroked her when she was still in animal form. The only difference, it's just this weird feeling that's coming up in the back of my mind, like, spring is here, and I want to. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. The body was pressed tightly, the arms were held, and the tangy fragrance came, and Yi Ting couldn't help but froze. Turning his head to look at Estes with a slight smile on the corner of his mouth, his eyes closed, and his ice blue eyelashes trembling slightly, his stiff body slowly relaxed. It's really good to have this beast. Single quote. Without thinking too much, Yi Ting opened the backpack and set his eyes on the 3 treasure chests. Tier 1 Perfect Treasure Chest. Tier 1 Epic Treasure Chest. Tier 1 Legendary Treasure Chest. Tier 1 means being able to produce Tier 1 equipment. The time has come to open the treasure chest. Single quote. With anticipation, Yi Ting opened the Perfect Treasure Chest first. Ding. Professionals open the Tier 1 Perfect Treasure Chest. Congratulations on getting Fortified City Shield Gold Perfect. Shield of Fortified City Golden Perfection. Defense 211 to 240, Constitution +1-2, Strength +1-3, Defense +2%. Requirement: Constitution 80. The 3 attributes are not bad among Golden Perfect equipment. Although they are not needed, they are worth hundreds of thousands if sold. Single quote. Look away. Yi Ting opened the Epic Treasure Chest again. Ding. Professionals open the First Order Epic Treasure Chest. Congratulations on getting Ice Ring Dark Gold Epic. Ice Ring Dark Gold Epic. Spirit +1-6. Mana Recovery Speed +3.5%. Frozen probability plus 4% when dealing ice elemental damage to the enemy. Requirement. Spirit 100. This ring is not bad. It has 2 special attributes. It also increases the speed of magic recovery and the probability of freezing. It has reached the upper limit. It is just suitable for Estes. Single quote. Both gold and dark gold equipment have 3 attributes, the difference lies in the value of the attribute. Taking out the ring of ice from the epic treasure chest from the system backpack, Yi Ting slightly shook the arm tightly held by Estes, and when she opened her eyes, passed the ring. Come on, this ring is for you to equip. Esther's eyes lit up instantly, and she felt a very comfortable breath from the ring. After taking it and equipping it, looking at the ring of ice on the ring finger of his right hand, Estes' ice blue eyes were full of joy, and then he hugged Yi Ting's arm tightly and said with a smile. Thank you, master. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Owner. The taxi driver in the driver's seat raised his eyebrows, and couldn't help feeling. Today's young people really know how to play. Quote. Noticing the strange eyes cast by the driver from time to time, Yi Ting couldn't help but touch his forehead. Forget it. Focusing on the backpack again, he set his sights on the last treasure chest. Legendary treasure chest. Yi Ting opened it resolutely, and bright colorful lights emerged in her heart. Ding. Professionals opened the first order legend. Congratulations on getting Sage Necklace Dark Gold Epic. Sage Necklace Colorful Legend. Spirit plus 20. Constitution plus 20. Mana recovery speed plus 6%. Physical recovery speed plus 6%. Requirement. Spirit 150. Legendary equipment all have 4 attributes. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Sharp. Single quote. I would like to call this necklace the best first tier equipment. Single quote. The 4 attributes have all reached the upper limit of tier 1 legendary equipment, which is not weaker than tier 2 purple excellent equipment. Single quote. Unfortunately, the requirements for spiritual power are too high, so I can't equip them temporarily. Single quote. Feeling a little disappointed, I can only temporarily keep the sage necklace in the backpack. After about half an hour, a high defense tank will definitely give you a full sense of security. Warrior, tank, mage, 3 missing 1, and other healing occupations. Special occupations of the healing type can include mana. The 8th level guild, Qing Wu Fei Yang, recruits people and requires special occupations for women. Sister, me, I joined the club. Don't look at me like this, I'm actually a girl. Go. The novice copy of Yangcheng Chengdong is also very lively, with various sounds of asking for groups, recruiting people, making noise, and splashing and rolling. Ignoring the loud voices, Yi Ting took Estes straight to the blue vortex of the dungeon. Challenge copy. It is detected that there is no team for professionals. Do you want to challenge the copy alone? Yes. Single quote. Please select the copy level. Yi Ting decisively chooses Hell. Single quote. The player chooses the difficulty level as Hell. After 10 seconds, it will be sent to the copy. 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1, 0. The copy is being transmitted. ... The screen in front of me changed. Yi Ting appeared in a verdant green grassland, which is a safe area. The grassland is surrounded by dense forests. There is a path into the forest in the north, which is the entrance, and there is a small river beside the path. This is a copy with no fixed properties. The dungeon monsters are mainly various elemental monsters. Although Yi Ting challenged this dungeon for the first time, the teacher in high school had already introduced it roughly, and he had a little understanding of the 3 novice dungeons in Yangcheng. Follow the path and the small river to a lake at the end of the dungeon. It is said that the boss is a water attribute beast that lives in the lake. Turning to look at Estes, I wanted to introduce the situation and precautions of the dungeon to her, but then I thought about it. Precautions. Does she need attention? Get rid of this superfluous thought. Yi Ting held his right hand empty, and a blue light representing rare equipment emerged in his hand, turning into a skull staff. Go, Estes, this time you are familiar with the fighting method in human form. The equipment of this world can be hidden or summoned at any time after being equipped on the body. Just like transforming, the special effects are very cool and gorgeous. It is good. As for Yi Ting's proposal, Estes readily accepted, and with a twist of his wrist, a purple light representing excellent equipment emerged in his hand, which instantly turned into a long skull sword and appeared in his hand. The light converged. Master, you follow me. After speaking, he took the lead and stepped into the woods. Keeping a distance of about 5 meters to ensure that he can return to the aid in an instant, Esther sees all directions, listens to all directions, and keeps up with Yi Ting at a speed that is not too strenuous. Running here is full of dangerous in the woods. Suddenly, one is about 70 centimeters tall. 2 vicious fox-like beasts emerged from behind a tree that was hugged by 2 people, with flames in their mouths. 2 fireballs rushed towards them, and Yi Ting behind him leisurely used a detection technique. Demon Firefox. Level 9. Power 5. Agility 120. Physique 145. Intelligence 180. It's the same as the undead copy, with a total attribute of 450. Single quote. Yi Ting's heart moved slightly, but Estes, who was rushing forward, sneered. Hey, playing with fire in front of me. The cold air on her body no longer restrained, and she exerted strength under her feet. Under the powerful force, the ground suddenly sank, and the 2 fireballs were annihilated by the ice-blue cold air emanating from her body before they got close. In an instant, her figure appeared between the 2. In the middle of the demon firefox, the long sword with skull and skull flashed coldly, and a half-moon arc with icy frost flashed away. Ding! Congratulations for killing the demon firefox and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing the demon firefox and gaining 25 experience points. Accompanied by the system notification sound, with a boom, the big tree hugged by the 2 collapsed. There are not too many skills, no gorgeous moves, just relying on powerful strength to perform miracles vigorously. Seeing the ice-blue long hair fluttering, the exquisite face full of joy, and the figure that fits the image in his mind more closely, Yi Ting smiled. Walk. Make sure no equipment is dropped. Yi Ting and Estes didn't stay too long. The first element to get a high evaluation of the dungeon is to be fast. The faster the clearance speed, the stronger the player. The goal is to get an SSS rating. Naturally, Yi Ting will not waste time and rush to the depths quickly. Run hundreds of meters. Swish swish swish. The sound of piercing the air rang out one after another in the quiet woods. 3 wind blades rushed from different directions, followed by 2 fireballs. Master, you retreat one after another. Throwing the next sentence, Estes suddenly accelerated and rushed forward. Storm Wolf. Level 9. Strength 20. Agility 155. Physique 100. Intelligence 170. Okay, I'll leave it to you. Yi Ting did not hesitate, threw out a detection technique, and retreated decisively. I saw Estes rushing in between the beasts, waving the long skull sword in his hand, and drew out a series of piercing cold lights. Not only in an instant, but also changed the expressions of 5 other professionals, the extremely powerful and fierce beasts. The beast was slashed by the sword, and even the big trees near the beast were not spared, and they collapsed one by one. Ding! Congratulations for killing Demon Firefox and gaining 25 experience points x2. Congratulations for killing the Gale Wolf and gaining 25 experience points x3. Easily harvesting 125 experience, Estes bent down to pick up the books that the Gale Wolf exploded on the ground, walked quickly to Yi Ting, and smiled like offering a treasure. Master, it's a skill book. Huh, has the skill book been released? Yi Ting's eyes lit up, and he took the skill book. Skill book. Whirlwind. Consume magic power and send out a whirlwind to cause continuous damage. Professional requirements. Wind Elemental Mage. Yes, this skill is an advanced skill for wind mages, and it is very valuable. After the equipment is replaced, the old equipment can be sold, but the skill book will disappear after learning, so no matter at any time, the skill book is a hard currency that is in short supply. Putting the skill book into the backpack, and was about to greet Estes to continue to the depths of the dungeon, Yi Ting seemed to remember something, and froze. Question mark question mark question mark question mark. She will pick up equipment. Single quote. Thinking about it this way, I feel wrong again. Wrong. She already has a human form, isn't it normal to pick up equipment? Single quote. Yi Ting stared blankly at Estes, and couldn't help thinking. Then why am I still running? Single quote. Estes tilted his head and said doubtfully. Master, what's wrong? Well, how should I speak? If Estes didn't have a human form, no matter in terms of the form of the contract or mentality, they would have a master-servant relationship, and he would command and even order her to do anything without hesitation. But after she took human form, although the master-servant relationship in the contract has not changed in any way, Yi Ting's attitude towards Estes has changed, and she can no longer be treated as an ordinary beast. After pondering for a while, he finally choked out a sentence. Estes, it's noon, are you hungry? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. It's fine if he doesn't ask this question, but Estes couldn't help rubbing his hungry stomach when he asked. She had been locked up for a day before and hadn't eaten anything. She was really hungry now, but a series of unexpected changes full of surprises made her subconsciously forget this question. Seeing her expression, Yi Ting also understood, and said, "It was my negligence. How about it, Estes, you go and get rid of all the dungeon monsters first, and I'll make you something to eat here. Although the beasts in the dungeon cannot be contracted, they can be eaten." "Well, master, leave it to me." Hearing that Yi Ting cooked food for her personally, Esther smiled, nodded heavily, and quickly ran to the depths of the dungeon. Looking at the figure about to disappear into the jungle, Yi Ting reminded loudly, "Remember to bring back the equipment that exploded. It is good." A voice full of lightness and joy echoed in the jungle, and Yi Ting couldn't help feeling guilty. "I can only make up for her with a delicious meal." Single quote. Thinking about it this way, Yi Ting took out his job transfer and put it into the system backpack when he returned to the dormitory to pack his clothes. He took out the gas stove with a small gas bottle and put it on the top of the big tree that was cut down by Estes. Just enough to serve as a stool. Then I took out the hot pot, took some water from the stream next to it, put it on the gas stove, turned on the fire, and put in the hot pot ingredients. Ding! Congratulations for killing the demon firefox and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing the Gale Wolf and gaining 25 experience points. Congratulations for killing Xiaoxi Jing, gaining 25 experience points x3. Killed a batch so soon. Single quote. Yi Ting raised his eyebrows, and dragged the corpses of Demon Firefox and Gale Wolf to the stream to bled and peeled them. Just after they were cleaned, the system notification sounded again. Ding! Congratulations on the kill. Really killing monsters faster than I chop vegetables. Single quote. Quickly speed up, raise the knife and drop it, before chopping all the ingredients into chunks, the notification sounded again. Ding! Congratulations on the kill. Congratulations for killing the Hell-level dungeon boss Zon Anaconda and gaining 100 experience points. Congratulations on clearing the Hell-level single copy. Ding! Congratulations to the professional beast familiar, Frost Dragon, for upgrading to level 6 and gaining 100 fixed attributes. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. 100 fixed attributes. Human professionals have 20 attributes for each level up. Yi Ting also guessed that the Frost Dragon, which is the pinnacle of beasts, should have twice as many attributes as humans, and it is conservatively estimated that it has about 50 attributes. But I didn't expect that his conservative estimate was really too conservative. The result turned out to be 100 points of attributes. 5 times that of a human professional. Yi Ting quickly checked the panel. Beast Master. Frost Dragon. Attribute. Ice Attribute. Level 6 1.4%. Power 1425. Agility 1325. Physique 1525. Spirit 1825. SSS level talent. Frost Emperor, unlimited stamina. Basic ability. Swordsmanship proficiency LV1, available experience value increase. Skills. Bone erosion ice spike, frost sigh, frost storm, frost spout, frost roar, extremely cold beam, absolute 0. 100 attributes, 25 points in each of the 4 dimensions, amazing. Single quote. Just seeing such an average addition, I always feel that someone wants to be lazy. Forget it, hexagon fighters are not bad either. Single quote. Thinking about it this way, I turned my attention to the basic ability again. Just killed dozens of monsters with a sword, and you have LV1 for your swordsmanship proficiency. That's right, it shows that the beast master with a humanoid form can also master these basic abilities, but I don't know if it can develop skills independently. Close the panel. There was the sound of rapid flight breaking through the sky. Yi Ting knew that Esthith was rushing back after turning into a frost dragon. You can taste delicious hot pot when you come back from Estes. Then raise the knife and drop it, and quickly process the unprocessed ingredients. Well, the feeling of a home-cooked man rose in my heart again. After a while, the frost dragon that came back landed slowly, and with a flash of light on its body, it turned into a human form again. Chong Nose lightly sniffed and smelled the tempting aroma of hot pot, and her hungry stomach rumbled even more. The butcher Yi Ting, who was squatting by the creek, was chopping the ingredients with the green excellent equipment, skull sword, that exploded from the undead dungeon as a kitchen knife and turned his head. Estes, you try it first, I'll get it done soon. Estes looked at the hot pot, then at Yi Ting, and a blush rose on Bai Shengshui's face. Master, I won't. ? Won't. Yi Ting was stunned for a moment, and quickly realized. Oh, it's okay, come and help me cut it thinner, and cook it faster. The copy can only stay for 10 minutes, so you have to seize the time. Estes nodded heavily. Walking quickly to the side of the creek, the slender hands turned into phantoms, brushing, and under the powerful force, cutting the beast as like cutting tofu. Yi Ting cleaned the processed ingredients. With the cooperation of men and women, all the ingredients will be processed in a short time. Sitting on the tree trunk, Yi Ting took out the cooked ones that had been put into the hot pot before, put them on a plate, and placed them in front of Estes. He briefly taught her how to use chopsticks, and she learned it. Oh, master, it's delicious. Tasting a piece lightly, Estheth's ice blue eyes lit up. The beast meat in this world is not too fishy, especially this kind of elemental beast, which is tender but not sticky. It only needs simple cooking to have a good taste. Where did you taste cooked food in Estes in the past? Not to mention the greatest invention of mankind, hot pot. Eat more if it's delicious, and I'll take you to eat more delicious ones in the future. Seeing her expression full of satisfaction, Yi Ting smiled, put the freshly processed meat into the hot pot, covered it, and then propped his chin with both hands, watching Esthith put the beast meat into it piece by piece. In the pink mouth. She ate very quickly, but she didn't seem to be wolfing down at all, on the contrary she was cute and unaffected. Noticing that Yi Ting didn't move his chopsticks, Estes realized that he had given up all the food to her first. While being moved in his heart, he picked up a piece of beast meat and handed it to Yi Ting's mouth. Master, you eat too. Yi Ting was taken aback for a moment, and seeing her expectant eyes, he still opened his mouth, and while chewing the beast meat carefully, he always felt that there was a certain fragrance mixed with the beast meat with the smell of hot pot. Seeing that he didn't refuse, Estes smiled and continued to taste each piece slowly. Soon, the beast meat in the pot was already cooked. Yi Ting opened the lid, picked it up and divided it into 2 portions. Okay, eat quickly, there is not much time to stay, don't waste it. He hummed lightly, seemingly agreeing, but Estes ate a few pieces, and couldn't help but put a piece to Yi Ting's mouth. Master, eat another piece. She loves the feeling of being fed. Seeing this, Yi Ting had no choice but to eat it, and took a piece and handed it to her mouth. Come on, you eat too. Estes' brows and eyes were crooked and his smile was wider. He was chewing the beast meat, and at the same time he felt the difference, not from the taste buds, but from the bottom of his heart. Savoring it carefully made her reluctant to swallow it. But in order not to waste it, she had no choice but to pick up another piece and hand it to Yi Ting's mouth, and when he ate it, she blinked her icy blue eyes. Seeing her expectant eyes, Yi Ting had no choice but to clip another piece. In the end you come and go, feeding each other all the time. Ding. Reminder, after 60 seconds, the professional will be forced to quit the dungeon for scoring settlement. Hear the system beep. Yi Ting stopped feeding. Estes, there is no time, we are going to exit the copy. Estes was taken aback for a moment, and couldn't help but cast his eyes on the beast that still had more than half of it. The dungeon monster can't bring out the dungeon, it's fine, just re-enter later, I'll do it for you again. Yi Ting was almost full. But thinking about the size of the Esthith frost dragon, I also know that this bit of beast meat is not enough to fill her stomach. Okay. Estes nodded happily, and then handed a ring with purple brilliance to Yi Ting. Master, this is the equipment released by the boss. Magic ring, purple excellence. Spirit plus 10, Constitution plus 10. Requirement. Spirit 60. Well, nice ring. Among the purple excellent equipment, it is considered medium. Each professional can wear 2 rings and produce a bonus effect, and only one is equipped with Yi Ting's decisive equipment. Ding. Successful equipment. Magic ring, purple excellence. The ring automatically appeared on Yi Ting's right hand, and the stove was put back into the system backpack, and the system prompt sounded. Ding. Forcibly quit the copy, the system is scoring. Congratulations on getting the SSS rating. Congratulations on obtaining the first order, Legend, Treasure Chest X1. The treasure chest has been distributed to the player's backpack. The customs clearance record has been saved, is the player's name and occupation displayed in the dungeon record. Ding. Clear the Hell level dungeon and obtain an SSS level evaluation, triggering the network-wide notification mechanism. Will the professional name be displayed in the next network-wide notification? It seems that the scoring mechanism is from entering the dungeon to killing all the monsters, and the time spent thereafter is not included in the scoring. Single quote. After a little analysis, Yi Ting decisively recited silently. None are displayed. Single quote. Ding. Professionals choose not to display. The name of the professional will not be displayed in the record of the dungeon and the system's network-wide notification. Exiting the copy. Kimchi Country. Ding. Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom professionals for obtaining an SSS rating in the Hell level novice dungeon. It's confirmed. Only those who have the blood of our great Kimchi Empire can be so brave. Don't let him be wronged in a foreign country, take him back quickly. Yes. Congress of the United States. Is everything arranged? It's been arranged, but the name of the professional has not been displayed, and it will take a little time to find it. Report to me immediately if there is any progress. Yes. Ding. Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom professionals for obtaining an SSS rating in the Hell level novice dungeon. Dragon Kingdom again. Who the hell is this? Is it the same professional? There is not enough information to make a judgment for the time being. If you don't have any information, go find it for me. If you can't make a judgment, then use the existing information to make a judgment for me. What's the use of raising you fools together? Yes, only one person who can win the highest evaluation of the Novice Hell Dungeon will not appear in 10 years. It is impossible for 2 Dragon Kingdoms to appear at the same time. Moreover, it has only been more than 2 hours since the job transfer ended, and this is very likely to be the same professional. Then check it out for me. The interval between the 2 notifications is only about an hour. Please check for me which cities in the Dragon Kingdom have more than 2 novice dungeons, and then arrange for people to enter these cities to dig 3 feet for me. Dig him out. I will give you 3 days. Within 3 days, I will hear the news of his death. 3 days. The time is too tight, and the lurking personnel are easily exposed. Only 3 days. There has never been a professional in history who triggered the notification of the entire network on the first day of job transfer, let alone twice. We can't let him grow up, or the next global battlefield, our United States will be wiped out. Within 3 days, I want to see the result. Yes, the situation above is the same for Sakura Country, Asan Country and other countries. Dragon Country, the residence of the Dragon 9 Heavens Guild. Ding. Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom professionals for obtaining an SSS rating in the Hell level novice dungeon. Hearing the system notification, Shen Longtang's pupils shrank. Twice a day. Is it the same person, or 2? Single quote. Different professions can also explain SSS level talents, full of godly outfits, excellent combat talents, and the novice dungeons in the city are just restrained by attributes. Combining many factors, it is still possible to obtain Hell level SSS evaluations. But if it's the same person, then the factor of attribute restraint can be ruled out. There are no 2 novice dungeons with the same attributes in any city in the Dragon Kingdom. In just 1 or 2 hours, 2 network-wide notifications were triggered. This professional is even more evil than he imagined. Wrong. Single quote. Shen Long stood up violently. How long has it been since you changed jobs? Even if you give him a set of legendary equipment, he won't be able to equip it. How on earth did he get the SSS rating? Single quote. Be sure to recruit him into the guild. Single quote. The idea of recruiting the other party into the guild is even more firm in his heart, but to find such a person is undoubtedly looking for a needle in a haystack. Yes. Single quote. Suddenly a flash of inspiration. Historically, there were less than 20 professionals in the Dragon Kingdom who received SSS level evaluations in the Hell level novice dungeons. In other words, there are only 20 cities with SSS records at most. Single quote. He immediately opened the guild panel and directly released the guild mission. Guild tasks. Task 1. Save the SSS level evaluation screenshot of the Hell level novice dungeon. Reward. 10,000 guild contribution points. Task 2. Screenshots of Hell level SSS evaluations of 2 novice dungeons in the same city. Reward. Guild contribution of 1 million. Simply check the record. You can contribute 10,000, and if you find that 2 novice dungeons in the same city have SSS records, you will have a contribution of 1 million. The members of the entire Longtang Guild became excited and rushed towards the novice dungeon in their city. Dragon Kingdom, the capital city. Lu Yan, who do you think? Looking at the 3 documents handed over by the Great Elder, Lu Yan picked up the first one first. Name, Lei Xian. Birthplace, Magic City. Occupation, Thunder Mage. Talent, SSS level Thunder Lord. Background, the Lord of Modu City, the honorary vice president of Modu University, the daughter of Lei Hao, a 9th level professional. Lu Yan glanced briefly, then put the information aside. With Lei Hao here, you wouldn't call me here, it seems that it wasn't her. The elder nodded and said, she is the best in all aspects of talent and background among the 3, and she is also the most likely, but I asked Lei Hao, it is not her. But whether it is her or not, it does not conflict with calling you back. Lu Yan smiled, noncommittal, and picked up the second document. Name, Chen Nuo. Birthplace, Beijing. Occupation, Paladin. Talent, SSS level Holy Light. Background, before the global catastrophe, the illegitimate son of Li Tianfang, a descendant of the royal family of a certain dynasty in the Dragon Kingdom, who is now the patriarch of the Li family in the capital, is an 8th level professional. Lu Yan smiled and said, hey, Li Tianfang didn't have 100 illegitimate children, but did he have 80? The Great Elder didn't respond, but instead asked, do you think it will be like this Chen Nuo? Didn't ask Mrs. Li, Lu Yan said. It seems that Mrs. Li still doesn't know that this Chen Nuo has awakened SSS level talent. The Great Elder said, who cares about an illegitimate child? No one knows except us, the principal of Beijing No. 13 Middle School, and a few others. Indeed, among dozens of hundreds of illegitimate children, even Li Tianfang may have forgotten him. Lu Yan put the information aside. He has a background but no support, and there is no copy of the dead in the capital, so it can't be him. The Great Elder nodded his forehead slightly, and made a slight gesture. Look at the third one. Name, Yi Ting. Birthplace, Lingnan. Occupation, Beast Master. Talent, nostalgia for SSS level masters. Background, orphaned, parents unable to verify. Orphan. After glancing at it, Lu Yan pondered for a while, and finally put down the third document. With no background, relying on a meager scholarship, I can't even buy a decent beast master. It seems that there is a talent hidden by professionals. The elder nodded and said, this is a good thing. It shows that the quality of professionals in our Dragon Kingdom this year is better than the superficial data. Suddenly, ding, congratulations to Dragon Kingdom professionals for obtaining an SSS rating in the Hell level novice dungeon. The Great Elder smiled and said, as soon as I said good things came. Only the 2nd level cities in the country have 2 novice dungeons. Do you think there will be a third time? The third time, Lu Yan spread out the 3 documents. There are only 3 first-tier cities in the country, and they are the cities where these 3 are located. The elder's eyes flickered and said, if so, which one do you prefer? Yangcheng. Lu Yan decisively put the third document at the front. Only beast masters who rely on beast masters to fight can create miracles. The Great Elder smiled. Didn't you say that without a background, you can't even find a decent beast master? Maybe it's the Great Elder who misunderstood me. I just said that there are professionals who conceal their talents, but I didn't exclude the three of them. After making some excuses, Lu Yan looked righteous and said, "It's just something we can think of, and others can think of it. There will really be a third time. I'm afraid the eyes of the whole world will be focused on these three cities. When the time comes, check the record of the dungeon. That's right, it's going to be fun next time." The great elder raised his forehead slightly, looked at the time, stood up and said, "Have a meal first, I believe there will be results soon." It is good. In the novice dungeon of Yangcheng. "Master, I'm full." Estes rubbed his stomach blankly. Finally had enough. Yi Ting put down the chopsticks in his hand and secretly breathed a sigh of relief. Except for feeding each other for the first meal, after the second and third entry into the dungeon, Estes was responsible for playing the dungeon. He was responsible for handling the ingredients. After clearing the customs, he was responsible for feeding and Estes was responsible for eating. This is already the third meal. Packing away the stove, Yi Ting said, "Come on, Estes, let's go to the next instance." It is good. Ding. Professionals exit the dungeon, the system is scoring. Rating complete. Congratulations on getting the SSS rating. Congratulations on obtaining the first order, perfect, treasure chest X1. The treasure chest has been distributed to the player's backpack. The customs clearance record has been saved, is the name and occupation of the professional displayed in the dungeon record. Do not show. Single quote. Ding. Professionals choose not to display. The name of the professional will not be displayed in the record of the dungeon and the system's network-wide notification. Exiting the copy. Yes, this dungeon hell level has an SSS level evaluation. I said that we must have it in Diang City. Haha, you're too slow. I've already registered in the guild and won the contribution reward. Ah, why is this? No, we came together, you have to contribute half of it to me. Ham, who are you with who? 5,000 contribution, take it. Good buddies. This record is amazing. Clear the dungeon in 2 minutes. Do you think it's the one that was notified earlier? 2 minutes. How is that possible? It takes more than 2 minutes for us tier 2 professionals to run around the dungeon. It's really 2 minutes. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Just walked out of the copy. Listening to the conversation between the two, an ominous premonition rose in Yi Ting's heart. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.